as well as Creighton, Osmond, Wausau a second time, Randolph, and CWC. The Ainsworth Bulldogs are coming off a Tuesday win on the road at Hyannis, a 9-6 basketball team. Bulldogs got that W 45-41. That snapped a three-game skid for the Bulldogs. So each team coming off wins on Tuesday that snapped three-game losing streaks. So the Bulldogs in at 5-13 on the year. Take a look at this Niobrara-Verdigre squad, and they are led by Delaney Runnels, the junior guard, averaging about 16 points per game. She also averages almost 4 steals per ball game, so keep that in mind. She's a solid rebounder at 6 per game. Taylon Stark's a good athlete, a senior at about 5'10". She averages 12 points and 4 rebounds with 3 steals per game. And inside, they've got a good one in Amber Suka. She averages 9 points and almost 9 rebounds per ball game. But the starters play a lot of minutes. You get 7 points a game from Maura Hofer, and from there, they get their other starter, the freshman, Lene Nielsen, averages about 4 points and 5 rebounds per contest. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, they're led by Grayson Painter, who's coming off an excellent game on Tuesday night in the win over Hyannis. Grayson averaging just shy of 19 points per game. She's better than 9 rebounds per contest. Jaylee Good's been coming on of late. She had that 17-point game Saturday in the loss to Sandhills Thetford, a game where she hit 5 threes. She's upped her scoring average to about 4.5 a game. Bulldogs getting just shy of 8 per game from Willa Flynn and about 6 per game from freshman Peyton Sears, and Kinley Welke averaging about 4 points per ball game. Painter leads the team at over 9 rebounds per game. Then it's Jaylee Good at over 6 boards per game. Flynn at over 5 and about 4.5 boards per game from Peyton Sears. Painter leads the team as well in assists at 3 a game and in steals at 2 per ball game. Let's go ahead and introduce you to our starting lineups. Lineups are brought to you by Three River, your area telecommunications and technology leader. And we will start with the visiting Cougars from Niobrara-Verdigre High School. They are coached by Todd Runnels, assisted by Casey Schott. The Cougars will start number 2, Taylon Stark, a 5'10 senior. Number 3, Lene Nielsen, 5'6 and a freshman. Number 4, Delaney Runnels, a 5'6 junior. Number 13, Maura Hoferer. She is a 5'5 sophomore. And number 15, Amber Suka, 5'11 and a junior. 9 on the roster for Coach Todd Runnels, and just 1 senior in Taylon Stark. Lineups are brought to you by Three River. Three River Communications offering unbeatable internet speeds at amazing prices with Three Rivers fiber optic network. Your internet, cable television, and telephone service are unmatched in the area. Call 866-569-2666 for more information on the services provided by Three River Communications. They're your broadband provider and a proud supporter of high school sports here on KBRB. Now the starting lineup for the 5-13 Ainsworth Bulldogs, coached by Sandy Nelson, assisted by Katie Painter. The Bulldogs will start number 11, Kinley Welke, 5'4 and a junior. Number 15, Willa Flynn, 5'8 and a junior. Number 21, Jaylee Good, a 5'7 junior. Number 22, Grayson Painter, a 5'7 junior. And number 23, Peyton Sears, a 5'5 freshman. It's been a pretty consistent starting lineup for Coach Sandy Nelson's squad. That's a look at your starters for the Bulldogs and the Cougars. Bulldogs, as we mentioned before, do not have a single senior on the roster. They start 4 juniors and a freshman and typically see a couple of sophomores or a couple of freshmen come off the bench in Adeline Doak and Grayson Sisson, and sophomore Lily Beal typically is who Coach Sandy Nelson brings off the bench. That is a look at your starting lineups. They've been brought to you by Three River, your area telecommunications and technology leader. We are right on time. We'll be getting ready for a 6 o'clock tip-off between the Bulldogs and the Cougars. Niobrara Valley Conference hoops on KBRB, and then we'll start our coverage of the Niobrara Valley Conference tournament tomorrow, as we'll have the 8-9 matchup between these same 2 boys teams. Niobrara-Verdigre and Ainsworth will be playing in the second game of our doubleheader here from McAndrew Gymnasium tonight. We'll be back with the tip between Ainsworth and Niobrara-Verdigre after these messages.
Need a project tackled? Well, get them lined up. Shelburne Contracting in Ainsworth is windows and doors, flooring, decking, roofing, fencing, complete home remods, even firewood prep. Call Ty at 402-760-0985.
Allen Monuments of Ainsworth offer permanent legacies that memorialize the passing of a loved one. The monument you choose can be customized to reflect the life of your departed one. Serving you with dignity, Allen Monuments on Highway 20, Ainsworth.
Three River Communications strives to better serve their customers of North Central Nebraska with the latest fiber technology, offering up to 1 gig internet speed, high-definition cable TV, and local and long-distance telephone service. Three River Communications, your local service provider.
Maintain and enhance a beautiful lawn with Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth. Jerry and Norma Paulson. Mowing, lawn cleanup, power raking, aerating, fertilizing, and spraying. They provide free estimates, references gladly given. Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth.
For prescriptions and all your over-the-counter, feel better favorites, come to the pharmacy you know and trust, Ainsworth Pharmacy on Main Street, because keeping you healthy is their top priority. Make sure to check out their Facebook page for open hours.
Country Fabrics and Crafts of Valentine specializes in baby lock and simplicity sewing machines and sergers. For fabric,
Truck parts as well as heavy-duty truck parts for the big rigs used on your farm or ranch. Buffalo's Automotive in Ainsworth. One call, that's all.
Your Zematic by Lindsay dealer offers replacement parts for any brand of pivot, installation and training, superior service when you need it.
Your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer is Ainsworth Electric Motors, located just 1 mile east of Ainsworth on Highway 20. Call 387-1071.
Welcome you back here on KBRB as we get set for this Niobrara Valley Conference matchup between the Bulldogs and the Cougars. It will be over on FM 92 in the web tonight from Rock County. North Central hosting Creighton in girls and boys varsity. Cody Gucci will have the call for us on that side. They're tipping off right around here at 6 o'clock as well. We'll also get you score updates from St. Mary's. It'll be a Niobrara Valley matchup between the Stewart Broncos and the Cardinals of St. Mary's. And then also tonight in West Hold, it will be the West Hold Huskies hosting the O'Neill Eagles for girls and boys varsity play. That could be a fun girls basketball game. O'Neill off to a very good start, just 2 losses, and West Hold playing good basketball as well. The Huskies are the number 2 seed in the girls GNAC tournament that is going to start next week. So we are ready to go here from McAndrew Gymnasium. Bulldogs will be in their home white uniforms with the red numbers and letters and the red stripe, and the Cougars will be in their road black uniforms with the blue and white numbers and letters and the blue stripe. The Bulldogs will go from left to right, from south to north here in this first half. From right to left, from north to south will be the Cougars. And glad to have you along with us. We are ready for high school basketball in the Niobrara Valley Conference. Girls and boys doubleheader here tonight from McAndrew Gymnasium. It will be Jaylee Good and Amber Suka ready to tip it off, but they've got to get the music cut before they can do that. So they're, I think, trying to figure out how to get that done. Otherwise, we're just going to rock out to AC/DC for a little while, it sounds like, here tonight. So we're going to delay the tip a little bit until they can knock the AC/DC off the air. So there they got it finally figured out. And we're ready to play basketball after the little musical interlude. And the tip controlled by the Cougars into the hands of Taylin Stark. And we will typically see the Bulldogs run a 2-3 zone defense, and that will be the case to start this evening's matchup. Crossers by the Cougars. Stark thought about a deep three, thought better of it. 20 on the shot clock as she swings it into the hands of Nielsen. Around to Runnels. She'll take a three left wing, and that buried it. Boy, the Bulldogs are going to have to guard her. Delaney Runnels is good from the outside on the assist from Stark. Bulldogs break the Cougar pressure right away. Sears into the hands of Painter. Delaney Runnels drawing the defensive assignment on Grayson. Three-point shot for Peyton Sears, hangs on the back rim and the front rim before coming off, and the rebound pulled down by Taylin Stark. Good look for Peyton right at the top of the key. Runnels off the dribble, pulls up from 17. That shot too strong, but the weak side rebound is gathered by Hoferer. Out to Stark, into the corner to Nielsen. Stark will take a long three left wing. That's around and out. They fight for the rebound. Suka has it, puts it up and scores. Offensive rebounds, two of them there for the Cougars, and it's quickly 5-0 Niobrara-Verdigre. A minute in. Painter against Reynolds, gets right past her, heads down the lane, puts up a 10-footer and scores. Grayson gets her first bucket as she worked past Delaney Reynolds. Ainsworth on the board, down now by 3. Reynolds with the basketball, knocked away by Welke, saved by Nielsen. Around to Stark, thought about the three. Instead, back to Nielsen, now to Runnels. Inside, they try to find Hofer, and it's knocked away by Flynn into the hands of Jaylee Good, and the Bulldogs force a turnover. 5-2 our score, minute 45 in. Grayson, step back three, top of the key, back rim, long rebound out to Kinley Welke. Gets it to Peyton Sears for a 17-footer. That's no good, but a pushing foul called underneath on the miss. That is away from the ball. It'll go against Maura Hoferer, and Ainsworth will get a fresh shot clock on the foul on the Cougars. They get it into Painter, around to Sears. She has it knocked away by Runnels. Peyton able to save it, now gets it to Jaylee Good. Jaylee skipped past to Welke. Three right wing is off the side of the iron. Jaylee Good down with the board, out to Grayson for an 18-footer. That's off the back rim. They fight for the rebound, and it's off of Peyton Sears, and it will go over to the Cougars. A couple good looks there for the Bulldogs, trailing 5-2. Ainsworth, the 7th seed in the Niobrara Valley Conference Tournament that begins in earnest on Saturday. Niobrara-Verdigre, the 3 seed. Runnels step back three. That's off the front of the iron, and the rebound snared by Peyton Sears. And then a jump ball as Nielsen gets in there to tie up her fellow freshman. Possession arrow gives it to Ainsworth. Pressure from the Cougars, full court. They throw it into Sears. She waits for traffic to clear, now brings it up the sideline, gets it past Hofer, and there's going to be a hand check on Hofer, and that's 2 quick fouls on Mora. We mentioned for Coach Todd Runnels, it's not a real deep bench, as it looks like he will bring in off the bench, I believe, she's wearing number 23 tonight. I'll have to figure out who that is, if that is Jaylee Miller or J.C. Strom. They don't have a 23 listed on the program, so we'll have to find that out. Ball inbounded to Sears, now to Jaylee Good. Grayson, right corner, takes a long two, around and out. And the rebound tipped, and it's taken by Kinley Welke, who has it knocked away. Welke gets the rebound, but then a turnover on the Bulldogs. Stark drives in, has it poked away, and then she has it lost out of bounds. Cougars give it right back. We played almost 3 minutes of this opening quarter. And there's a steal, and a shot won't go for Niobrara-Verdigre. Offensive rebound down to Lene Nielsen. Here's an open look, and that one won't go for the Cougars. Nielsen again down after the boards, can't save that one. And Painter will come out of there with the rebound, and then she is fouled. The foul against Niobrara-Verdigre, believe that is on number 23. Again, we've got to figure out who that is for sure. Thankfully, I believe Kara coming up to help us out with that. 15-footer for Painter, hangs on the back of the rim, doesn't go. Taylin Stark with the rebound. Bella Boyd, okay, that is a new player that we did not have listed for Niobrara-Verdigre. So that is who is in, Bella Boyd off the bench. We did not have her on any of the pregame work that we've seen either. Here's a jumper in the lane from Suka. That won't go. Gets her own miss, and she's fouled on the putback. Amber Suka's a good athlete. I know Cody mentioned that she was battling some illness in that overtime loss to North Central. Did play, but had trouble kind of scoring. But there is an offensive rebound that puts her to the line, and Suka already with 2 points. Can't get that free throw to go. The foul was on Willa Flynn. So another free throw upcoming. Second one is good for Suka. That breaks a little drought for both teams. And Runnels knocks a ball out of bounds, nearly came up with another steal. Painter to inbound against the full court pressure. Gets it into Sears. Payton in the backcourt, working against Boyd. Gets it to Painter. 4:10 to play in the opening quarter. 6-2, Niobrara-Verdigre with the lead. Flynn, top of the key, and she is bumped into and fouled. That'll go on Delaney Runnels. So that is now 4 fouls on the Cougars here in the first 3:56. So the Bulldogs will be in the bonus the rest of the first quarter. Painter to trigger it in, looking. It's nearly stolen away by Nielsen, saved on a nice play by Jaylee Good. Kenley Welke will take a deep 3 off the side of the iron. They battle for the rebound. Willa Flynn comes out of there with it, and she is fouled. And that'll go against Suka. Willa Flynn on the offensive glass. She'll earn free throws, and that is now 5 team fouls already on Niobrara-Verdigre. So Suka picks up the foul. Down 6-2, Flynn to the free throw line. First one off the back rim. Ainsworth's lone bucket came from Grayson Painter. Flynn eyes her second free throw. That one in, but they have a lane violation. I believe stepping over the line was Flynn. So that free throw went in, but will not count. 6-2 the score. Niobrara-Verdigre with the lead in the ball, but some early foul trouble on the Cougars. They've committed 5 fouls in the first 4 minutes of this game. Boyd with it. She'll take a 3 left wing. That's off the front iron. The rebound out long to Peyton Sears. And then Nielsen almost got another steal as Sears was able to get it away to Flynn. Here come the Bulldogs. Painter working against Runnels in the man-to-man defense. Grayson turns the corner on Delaney. Kicks it out to Welke. 3 on the left wing for Kinley. Nearly banked it in. Painter on the offensive glass. Fade away on the baseline won't go. And then a foul looks like on Jaylee Good on the rebound by Nielsen. So the Bulldogs stuck on 2 points here with 3:22 to play in the first. 6-2 score. The first foul on Jaylee Good as the Cougars and Runnels bring it ahead. Delaney excellent on the cross-country courses this fall. I believe got second in Class D to a young runner from Crofton. Missed shot by Boyd. Offensive putback is there again. Amber Suka causing damage inside to this Ainsworth defense on the offensive glass. Good, dribbles past Nielsen, gets it in the corner to Welke, now to Flynn. Grayson posting up on Runnels, backs her into the lane, and now gets it off to Flynn on the baseline. Her shot is good. Baseline jumper, Willa Flynn on the assist from Grayson Painter. It's now 8-4. Niobrara-Verdigre up by 4, 2:40 to play in the first. Boys varsity to follow this girls matchup. Boyd into the corner to Runnels, guarded by Jaylee Good. She drives in, puts up a runner, and scores. Delaney Runnels and Amber Suka each with 5, and it's a 10-4 ball game. Niobrara-Verdigre with the lead. Painter working against Runnels, see if she can try to get another foul hung on Delaney. Into the corner it goes to Welke, back to Grayson. Runnels so quick with her feet, and there's a knockaway, and she steals it from Painter, who doesn't turn it over often. One-on-one, Runnels gets shut off by Painter, gets it to Boyd. Now to Nielsen, around to Stark. She'll fire a 3, and that's good. Taylin Stark on the assist from Lene Nielsen, and it's a 13-4 Niobrara-Verdigre lead. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Sandy Nelson with 1:52 to play in our opening quarter. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard, it is the Niobrara-Verdigre Cougars leading Ainsworth 13-4.
Get your game on at Palmer Embroidery and Boutique. You can get your Bulldog gear here. Not just for students, we have all fans covered, including parents and grandparents. Bulldog Pride, it's kind of a really big deal at your locally owned hometown boutique on Main Street in Ainsworth.
This is Dane Sears, Ag Loan Officer with Homestead Bank. The ag bankers at Homestead Bank understand the risks and rewards of farming and ranching. We can help you look ahead and plan for a season of success. Stop in or call to visit with one of our experienced bankers today to start your journey. Homestead Bank, member FDIC.
Get your smile on. At Ainsworth Family Dental, Dr. Mackenzie Owen and dental hygienist Lene Hansmeyer, along with their friendly staff, always strive for one common goal, to help their patients achieve and maintain a beautiful, healthy smile.
Welcome you back on KBRB. Big thanks to all of our Bulldog sportscasters making these broadcasts possible as we head toward the final 3 weeks here of the regular season for the girls and one more regular season week for the boys, but we're already into conference tournament time. That will start tomorrow in the NVC, Monday in the GNAC. Off the timeout, Painter on the drive, pull-up jumper, around it in. Grayson off a screen, takes it to a mid-range shot, knocks it in. She has 4. 13-6. Cougar lead is 7. Boyd bounces it inside to Suka. Tough assignment against Flynn. Good defense by Willa. Forces a miss, and the rebound on the opposite side for Jaylee Good. Good defense there from Willa Flynn. Painter on the spin move. Backs it out on Reynolds. Gets it off to Welke. Welke bounces inside for Flynn. She's double teamed and stepped on the baseline. Good defense by Niobrara-Verdigre. Boy, they move their feet quickly and get you cut off when you're trying to drive. They play aggressive defensively. They've committed 5 fouls, but none of those have come in the last 3 minutes here, so they've kept the Bulldogs off the free throw line. High post to Nielsen to Boyd. Runnels with a 3 left wing, and she hits another one. Delaney Runnels on the assist from Bella Boyd, and it's a 10-point lead for Niobrara-Verdigre. Just cannot, even in the zone, leave those wing threes open. Painter directing traffic, works off a screen. Give and go to Flynn, too strong off the glass. Jaylee Good on the board, and she is fouled on the putback attempt. That one will go on Bella Boyd, and now she has 2 fouls. So again, it's not an extremely deep bench for Coach Todd Runnels, and that's 2 fouls on 2 different players here in the opening quarter. Free throws for Jaylee Good. First one, too strong. Ainsworth 0 for 3 at the line. So we'll see another sub in for Niobrara-Verdigre as J.C. Strom into the game. A 5'4" freshman replaces Boyd, who goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Second free throw for Jaylee. This one is good. Knocks in 1 of 2. 16-7. Cougars behind 8 from Delaney Runnels with a 9-point lead here in the opening quarter. About a 4-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. High post to Suka. Takes it in. 7-footer. Won't go. She tries to follow her shot. Gets it. Too far underneath the rim. After it again, it's out to Runnels. 2 offensive rebounds for the Cougars. Little running shot won't go. They battle for the board. It's Nielsen, and she is fouled. Boy, that is 3 offensive rebounds for Niobrara-Verdigre. And the foul on Ainsworth, that's going to be on Jaylee Good, and now she has 2. Peyton Sears in, replacing Good. Did see Adeline Doak into the game, the freshman for the first time, number 5 in white. 16-7, the shot clock is now off. Suka gets it to Stark. 3 on the left wing is good. Suka on the assist as they ran an off-ball screen for Taylon Stark. She knocks in her second 3. Volleyball spike line 3 for Painter off the side of the iron. Offensive rebound. Doak is short on the putback. And that will take us to the end of a strong first quarter for Niobrara-Verdigre. On the Tri-County Bank scoreboard, they lead the Ainsworth Bulldogs 19-7.
Locally owned and operated since 1953. Nelson Furniture, Main Street in Valentine, where more than the price is right. You'll find a great selection, personal service, and all the elements that make your house a home. Delivery available and financing available to qualified buyers at Nelson Furniture, Valentine. Todd Flynn Law Office, PC LLO in Ainsworth. 382-3420. When you need legal assistance, whether for personal, business, or farm and ranch concerns, call Todd Flynn Law Office, PCLLO at 402-382-3420 in Ainsworth.
A plumber who shows up in a flash? Call on Lytle Plumbing. From annoying drips to new construction, septic tank install to emergency calls. You just want someone experienced, reliable, and honest. John Davis and his crew show up. Call 402-760-0450.
Yeah, big thanks to John Davis and Lytle's Plumbing, bringing you the broadcast and all of our Bulldog sportscasters. 19-7. Niobrara-Verdigre knocked down 4 threes in the opening quarter against the Bulldog zone. They lead it by a dozen. Score update on FM 92. It's North Central after one quarter, leading Creighton 18-8. So the Knights up by 10. Here it's a 12-point game. We'll also get you score updates. St. Mary's and Stewart tonight in O'Neill. And it'll be West Holt home against O'Neill, the Eagles. So we'll get you score updates from both those sites. Here's a three for Nielsen is good on the left wing. They just keep burying left wing threes. Every three-point shot made by the Cougars thus far has come from that left side. 22-7. Niobrara-Verdigre extends to a 15-point advantage. Sears a little give and go to Flynn. Too strong off the glass. Payton on the offensive glass. She puts it up and is fouled. And Sears will earn free throws. So the foul starting to mount here on Niobrara-Verdigre. That's going to be the second on Delaney Runnels. So now a question for Coach Todd Runnels. He has 3 players with 2 fouls, and we're only a minute in to quarter number 2 as the free throw from Sears is off the back iron. Bulldogs not helping themselves at the line. They're just 1 for 5. 22-7. Niobrara-Verdigre with the lead. They've made 5 threes here in the opening half. Second free throw too strong for Sears. And Runnels down with the rebound. Delaney feeds it ahead to Stark. Taylin turns the corner into the mid-range and knocks it in. Deadens it on the back iron, and it falls through. She has 8, and it's a 17-point lead for Niobrara-Verdigre. Boyd Runnels, despite the 2 fouls, is all over Grayson Painter. Gets it into the hands of Welke. Back to Grayson. Grayson surveying the defense. Now off to Willa Flynn, guarded by Suka. Willa's going to travel with it. This man-to-man defense for Niobrara-Verdigre has been solid in the half court. They haven't pressed much. They started with a little early press. Bulldogs broke it pretty easily. And so they've backed off and just playing a half-court defense, but they are in some foul trouble. But a big 17-point lead now. Suka from the high post could add an easy 15-footer. Now she tries to drive, loses the handle, tracks it down in the corner. Skip pass out to Nielsen. Up to Runnels, 15 feet. Bounces it inside to Suka. Tough shot. Good defense by Flynn again. Weak side rebound, though. Comes down to Hofer, and she can't get the shot to go, and Adeline Doak out-battles Maura Hofer for the board. Sears open for 3, left wing. There's a West Plains Bank 3 for Peyton Sears. As the Bulldogs finally knock one down from the outside, they trail by 14. 24-10, Stark on the drive. She's bumped and fouled by Kinley Welke. So you have Jaylee Good out with the 2 fouls for Ainsworth. Doak in. Now Good returns, and we'll see Grayson Sisson, a freshman, replacing Peyton Sears. So Doak and Sears out, Sisson and Good return in. Sisson in for the first time. Here's Suka, mid-range jumper, won't go. They fight for the rebound again. Flynn ties it up with Hofer. Possession arrow. We'll give it to Ainsworth. 5:50 to play in our opening half of basketball. Glad to have you with us here from McAndrew Gymnasium. Greg Kinsey, as well as those joining us on the Ainsworth Community Schools video stream of this Niobrara Valley Conference matchup. Open 3 for Welke off the side of the backboard. And the rebound comes down to Delaney Runnels, and she wants to push. Gets it ahead to Stark. Shot up and in. Taylon's already into double figures with 10. First assist for Runnels. 26-10, Niobrara. really good. That will be her third personal. No, they're going to call it on Welke instead. It looks like on a reach-in maybe, so that's a break for the Bulldogs. Grayson Painter comes out now, is back into the game, returns Adeline Doak. So that's the second foul on Welke. Free throw won't go for Runnels, and it's a tie-up between Suka and Flynn on the rebound. Possession arrow gives it to Ainsworth. Neither team shooting very well from the free throw line. Niobrara-Verdigre 1 for 4, Ainsworth just 1 for 6. 35-10, and now Painter off the floor. Jaylee Good tries to drive in, knocked away by Boyd, and then she travels with it, so the teams will trade turnovers. And it will be Ainsworth basketball. 2:28 to play in our first half. Glad to have you with us on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, KBRB.net. It was North Central leading Creighton by a score of 18-8 after one. And now we've got a tie-up inside again, and this time possession arrow will go to the Cougars. Grayson Painter returns. Adeline Doak exits. Bulldogs have the starting 5 on the floor, but it is all Niobrara-Verdigre. They've outscored Ainsworth 16-3 in the second quarter. Runnels to Stark, inside to Suka against Flynn. Flynn doing her best, but Suka just too strong. Backs her down, knocks it in off the glass. That's 9 for Suka. 37-10, Niobrara-Verdigre. Painter working against Runnels. Loses the dribble, gets it out to Welke. She has it poked away by Runnels. Saves it on the baseline. Out to Grayson Painter for a 3. That's off the rim. Rebound tracked down in the corner by Bella Boyd. She throws it into the hands of Kinley Welke for the turnover. But then the Bulldogs give it right back as it's poked away from Painter. Minute and a half to play, all Cougars, and there's a nice play by Kinley Welke to get a tie-up as Runnels tried to drive. Kinley Welke just reached in, grabbed a hold of the basketball, and Runnels kind of had to stop her momentum as the ball was getting stripped away from her. So the tie-up gives it back to Ainsworth. Bulldogs have really struggled against the man-to-man half-court defense of this Niobrara-Verdigre team. Jaylee Good brings it ahead. Working against Nielsen. Works off a Painter screen. Jaylee gets it to Grayson. Grayson against Runnels, who's got the 2 fouls. Works toward the side. Step back 18-footer. No. Rebound ripped down by Suka, her 6th board. And then Suka throws it away, looking up the sideline for Stark. Cougars in control. They're the 3 seed in the upcoming NVC tournament, and watch out for them. They're a sneaky team that could go a long way in that NVC. Santee is the top seed in the girls bracket. The NVC tournament as Flynn has it poked away and out of bounds. It's off of Suka, stays with the Bulldogs. Back in comes J.C. Strom. She will replace who? Suka. Bulldogs were headed the other way. It is Ainsworth basketball. Minute 2 on the clock. Grayson Painter will inbound. Ainsworth's been held to 3 points here in the second quarter. Really struggled. Sears with it, working into the lane. Puts up the shot, can't get it to go. And they'll give her 2 free throws as the foul will go, I believe, on Boyd, and that will be Bella Boyd's 3rd personal. We're not sure what grade Bella is. She's not on the program. She's not listed on any of the stats that we've had. So, oh, yes, she is. She's a junior. She's played in 5 games. Just misfired on that. As the free throw is good from Sears, she has 4. And Boyd exits with her 3 fouls as Hofer back in. Second free throw for Sears. That one no good, and the rebound down to Lene Nielsen. Bulldogs just 2 for 8 at the free throw line, down by 26. 37-11, final minute of our opening half. Nielsen on the drive, the freshman all the way to the hoop and lays it in. Good screen by Hofer to shield the help defender, and Lene Nielsen has 5. All alone underneath. Flynn can't get the shot to go off the glass from short range, and the rebound caroms around to Lene Nielsen. She has 6 rebounds. And the Cougars, if they choose, can hold for the final shot. Runnels to Nielsen. Bulldogs have gone man-to-man, changing it up a little bit. Stark on the drive, gets it to Runnels. Good defense by Flynn, moving her feet. 10 seconds on the clock. Stark off a screen, pull up mid-range jumper, good. Taylon Stark. Give her 15 in the half. Grayson Painter will not get a shot away before the halftime buzzer, and Niobrara-Verdigre has opened up a 30-point lead here on the road, outscoring Ainsworth 22-4 in the second quarter. We'll come back with our Tri-County Bank halftime show after this.
Before you head out to your next destination, fuel up at Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth. And while in, make sure to fuel your body up with select sandwiches, snacks, candies, and beverages. They also have gift cards, too. Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth, is open Monday through Saturday.
Go ahead and improve with Tim's Construction of Ainsworth. Additions, kitchens, bathrooms, roofing, drywall, window replacement, siding, even custom-built homes start to finish. Call Tim's Construction of Ainsworth for a free, no-obligation quote at 402-760-0162.
No overpriced lawn services? No headache. Call on Stack Lawn Care in Ainsworth. Grant Stack offers underground sprinkler systems, landscaping services, mowing, dethatching, seasonal cleanup, and more. Call or text 402-760-1808. Book a stay at Ainsworth's award-winning Roadway Inn, offering a wide range of amenities and perks, including a delicious breakfast to get your day started off on the right foot, pool, cozy, clean rooms, and so much more. Book online or call 402-387-1050.
Local news personalized with pictures. The Ainsworth Star-Journal, serving the community for more than 140 years. To subscribe or for assistance in promoting your business, contact the Ainsworth Star-Journal at 387-2844.
We welcome you back here on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, KBRB.net. High school basketball from the Niobrara Valley Conference. Final game before the NVC tournament begins tomorrow. And the 8-9 matchups from Stewart. One will feature the Ainsworth Bulldog boys against their opponent tonight, Niobrara-Verdigre. So those two teams will lace them up 2 straight nights, one here in Ainsworth and tomorrow night in Stewart. The other matchup in the NVC will be Chambers, Wheeler Central, and Boyd County in the 8-9 game from Stewart. Well, it is all Niobrara-Verdigre here at the half. They led the Bulldogs 19-7 at the end of one, then outscored Ainsworth 22-4 in the second to lead by 30 here at the break. It is our Tri-County Bank halftime show on KBRB. If you're looking to buy a home, build a home, or refinance the home you have, the Tri-County Bank Home Mortgage Team can help get you into the home of your dreams. Go local because of the Tri-County Bank. They're not just your lenders, they're your neighbors. Stop by one of their branches in Stewart, Atkinson, Bassett, or O'Neill. Visit tcbhomemortgage.com. The Tri-County Bank is member FDIC and is an equal housing lender. Well, let's take a look at the first half statistics for both of these teams. And Niobrara-Verdigre dominating in basically every category. Boy, the Cougars hit 6 threes in the first half to 1 for Ainsworth. They're +3 in turnover margin, 6 turnovers for the Cougars, 9 by Ainsworth, +8 on the glass for Niobrara-Verdigre, 23-15. They have 3 players with 6 first half rebounds. Taking a look at the scoring for Niobrara-Verdigre, 15 points in the first half for Taylon Stark. She averages more than 10 a game, but she's had a phenomenal first half. Efficient shooting the basketball, and she averages 12 per game. She's already at 15 at halftime, including 3 made threes. 12 for Delaney Runnels. Did an excellent job defensively on Grayson Painter. And after committing 2 early fouls, was able to stay on the floor without picking up a third. She has a dozen, including 2 threes. Amber Suka, a handful inside for this Bulldog defense. Suka has 9. She's 1 for 2 at the line. And it's 5 points, including a 3 for freshman Lene Nielsen. Rebounding-wise for the Cougars, 6 apiece for Lene Nielsen, Delaney Runnels, and Amber Suka. 2 rebounds for Taylon Stark, 2 for Maura Hoferer, and 1 for Bella Boyd. Assist-wise, 2 each for Taylon Stark and Lene Nielsen, 1 apiece for Delaney Runnels, Amber Suka, and Bella Boyd. 3 fouls on Bella Boyd, 2 each on Delaney Runnels and Maura Hoferer. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, 4 points from Grayson Painter, 4 points for Peyton Sears. Sears hit the only 3 of the game for Ainsworth, went 1 for 4 at the free throw line, a bucket for Willa Flynn, who was 0 for 2 at the line, and a free throw for Jaylee Good. On 2 attempts, your scoring for Ainsworth Bulldogs just 2 for 8 at the free throw line. Jaylee Good leads Ainsworth with 4 rebounds, 3 for Peyton Sears, 2 each for Grayson Painter, Kinley Welke, and Adeline Doak. 1 rebound for Grayson Sisson and 1 for Willa Flynn, and had Grayson Painter with 2 assists in that first half. Foul-wise for Ainsworth, 2 apiece on Kinley Welke, Willa Flynn, and Jaylee Good. That is a look at your first half statistics. We'll come back, take a look at our keys to the second half. 41-11, Niobrara-Verdigre leading Ainsworth here at the break.
Join those who have not only found relief from pain, but a pathway to wellness with Finish Line Chiropractic. They're proud to offer software tissue regeneration at the O'Neill office and in Bassett at the Rock County Hospital on Tuesdays. For appointments, go to finishlinehealth.com.
Buckley Steel of Ainsworth, Rain System Construction, Millwright Services, Dryer Repair and Support, Crane and Bucket Truck Services, and Design Planning. Consulting from the respected leader in the ag industry, Buckley Steel, 387-0347.
Rural healthcare from Rural Roots. Better healthcare for your family from clinical, obstetrical, emergency room to home care. Greater Sandhills Family Healthcare with convenient locations in Bassett, Stewart, and Atkinson.
Well, we're back here at the half on KBRB. It is all Cougars, 41-11, leading the Ainsworth Bulldogs by 30. Well, late in that second quarter, the Bulldogs switched to a man-to-man defense to try to shut down those wing three-point shots that Niobrara-Verdigre was knocking down. So as we take a look at our keys to the second half, brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. Get yourself into the driver's seat of one of the best-selling trucks in America, the Ford F-Series. There's a couple of rows of F-Series pickups on the lot right now at Ainsworth Motors you can choose from. Or if you would like to order a new vehicle, they do have some on the lot, but you can also order a vehicle. Financing and incentive options available to qualified buyers at Ainsworth Motors. Have that great service department as well. They go above and beyond when you take your vehicle in for service work, detailing, and, of course, the great body shop on 2nd Street. Stop in, see why at Ainsworth Motors. The difference is the dealer. So that'll be a key to your second half for Ainsworth. Would like to see them continue. I know it's an athletic Niobrara-Verdigre team, and they'll have a tough time matching up with both Runnels and with Suka, but would like to see Ainsworth try to work on that man-to-man defense down 30 because they that zone, the Niobrara-Verdigre just carving it up with both three-point shots and offensive rebounds. So if you're the Bulldogs, you also just have to get on the glass. They have given up a bundle of second and third chances. For Niobrara-Verdigre, don't have to reinvent the wheel. Would like to see them play more defense with their feet like they did in the second quarter. They got a lot of fouls in that first 8 minutes, got into some foul trouble, but they did a much better job. Coach Todd Reynolds, I'm sure, reminding them of that at the end of one to take care of how you move your feet on defense instead of reaching with your arms. So that keep it clean for Niobrara-Verdigre on the defensive end. Don't pick up those fouls to put yourself into foul trouble and allow the Bulldogs to try to ease their way back into this game. Those will be your keys to the second half. They're brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. 41-11 is your score. That's our Tri-County Bank halftime show on KBRB. Do have a score update from Bassett, where North Central has a 24-19 lead over Creighton. Creighton outscored North Central 11-6 in the second and cut the deficit in half. Knights led 18-8 after one. 24-19 there at the half. Don't have any updates yet from O'Neill, where Stewart is playing St. Mary's, or from Atkinson, where West Holt is taking on the O'Neill Eagles. We'll try to get you updates from those sites before NVC tournament play begins tomorrow. We're back with the second 16 minutes here in this Niobrara Valley Conference regular season matchup after this.
Ainsworth Auto Parts is now Auto Value, located along Richardson Drive, right along East City Park. They offer oil, fluids, wax and paint, accessories, tools and shop supplies, as well as ag and heavy-duty parts. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts. Ainsworth Auto Parts, your auto value parts store.
Healthy cattle are the foundation of a healthy food supply. Consistent growth has allowed Bijan Feedlot to build trust with their customers, providing them with the ease of knowing their cattle are in great hands. Let Bijan Feedlot of Ainsworth guide you in your cattle feeding and agricultural endeavors.
Ainsworth Vision Clinic, Dr. Kathy Heinrich, serves this area with complete professional eye care. Vision care is available now from 8 a.m. to noon and 1 to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday with Dr. Kathy Heinrich at Ainsworth Vision Clinic. Call 402-387-1531 for an appointment.
Start the second half. Niobrara-Verdigre basketball. Ainsworth does indeed look like go man-to-man defensively. Stark in the corner to Nielsen. The Cougars now going left to right from south to north, as we call it here, in their road black uniforms with the blue and white numbers and letters and the blue stripe. Bulldogs, as a running shot from Reynolds, is blocked by Kinley Welke. And then we've got a tie-up on the rebound between Sears and Hofer. The ball goes to Ainsworth. So Kinley Welke picks up a block, and Ainsworth gets the basketball. Trailing by 30. Bulldogs working from north to south, from right to left in their home whites. The red numbers and letters. The red stripe. Sears tries to turn the corner. Pass knocked away and stolen by Reynolds. One-on-one with Painter. Takes it in, lays it home. Delaney Reynolds on the steal and lay-in. 43-11 as the Cougars get the first bucket of the second half. Painter tries to drive, spin move in the lane, pull-up jumper from 12, won't go, and Reynolds down with her 7th rebound. Delaney, such a good athlete and just a solid basketball player. Helps when Dad's the coach. Inside to Suka in great position against Flynn, and there's the other matchup trouble when you go man-to-man. Stark on the assist, and Suka was just in deep there doing good work without the basketball. She posts up on Flynn, turns, knocks it in off the glass, 45-11. Painter can't get the three away. She needs help. Back cut by Jaylee Good. Nice pump fake, and she's fouled on the shot, and Jaylee will go to the line. That will go on Suka. That is Amber's second. So 2 on Reynolds, 2 on Hofer, 2 on Suka, and 3 on Bella Boyd, the 6th player for the Cougars. They played 7 in the game as Jaylee knocks in the free throw. Jaylee had 17 points Saturday in the loss to Sandhills Thedford. Now Grayson Painter had the big game Tuesday in the win over Hyannis. Second free throw good for Jaylee Good. 45-13. Reynolds against Welke in the man-to-man. Gets it to Nielsen. Working on Grayson Painter. Bounces it inside to Suka again. Double team late. Shot won't go off the glass, and Flynn down with the board. Willa doing everything she can to try to keep in the way of Amber Suka there inside. Painter on the drive. Pulls it back out against Reynolds. Looks for a screen. Now drives on Delaney. Takes it in, and the shot goes, and the foul. Grayson gets a runner to fall off the glass, and that might be the 3rd foul on Delaney Reynolds as she got a step on the speedy junior that time, and that is 3 now on Delaney Reynolds. Grayson with the and one opportunity. 45-15. Free throw for Painter is good. Ainsworth has knocked in all 3 of its free throws in the 3rd quarter here after going just 2 for 8 in the first half. 45-16, Bulldogs on a 6-point spurt. Still down by 29 with 6 minutes to play in the 3rd. Reynolds stays on the floor, 3 fouls, step back 3, buries it. Wow, that's tough to defend. Jaylee Good just shakes her head. She was doing all she could to stay with her. And Reynolds with a little step back 3 after she faked like she was going to drive. Deep 3 for Painter. She answers with a West Plains Bank 3. Well, the lid's off the basket now for the Bulldogs. Ainsworth had 11 points in the first half. They have 8 here in 2.5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. 48-19. Nielsen on the left wing, guarded by Painter. Throws it inside for Hofer, and she's reached in and fouled by Peyton Sears. That'll be Peyton's first, team's first. Sub in as Adeline Doak into the game. She'll replace Peyton Sears. Fresh 35-second clock for the Cougars as Hofer brings it in. Looks for Reynolds, and it's knocked off of Reynolds by Jaylee. Oh, that should have been off of Reynolds. I think they're going to change this call. Let's see if one of the other officials changes. Oh, they're going to give the ball to Niobrara-Verdigre. That was a great play by Jaylee. She knocked it off of the Cougars and out of bounds near the pep band. It'll stay Cougar basketball, however. Drive by Stark, and she's going to travel with it. First turnover of the second half on the Cougars. See if we have some updates here from Holt County tonight. Nope, not yet. Three around and out on the right side for Painter, and the rebound down to Delaney Runnels. Runnels brings it the other way. Now Stark, spin move, out to Nielsen. Back to Runnels, tries to work on Grayson on a switch. Gets it off to Nielsen, a lot of high switching. And there's a knockaway and a steal by Grayson. Painter one-on-one, scoop shot with the left hand won't go. And the rebound comes down to Maura Hoferer. And then a foul on Ainsworth. And Grayson Painter looks like she came up a little gingerly after missing that runner, and she'll go to the bench as Sears back in. The foul in the backcourt was on Kinley Welke, her third. So Grayson looked like she was in a little discomfort after landing awkwardly, and there's a knockdown of Runnels. That's on Welke. It'll be her fourth. Sears was also there. Nope, that's going to be the fourth on Kinley Welke. So two quick ones on Kinley, and she has four. So she'll come out of the game as in comes sophomore Lily Beal in for the first time. She's going to try to guard Delaney Runnels in the man-to-man, and this is kind of pick your poison with Niobrara-Verdigre. It actually looks like the Bulldogs might go to a 2-3 zone on the inbound here. They get it into Nielsen. Well, that's pretty much, they're going to stay man-to-man. Inside, nice find. Nielsen to Suka for the finish. Beautiful pass, threaded across the lane by Nielsen, and Suka has 13. Inside, Doak can't get the shot to go. The board down to Runnels, and she is held. Delaney with 9 rebounds to go with her 17 points, 50-19, a 31-point lead for Niobrara-Verdigre. The foul was on Peyton Sears, her second. That's the team's fourth. We still have 4:15 to play in the third. Hofer inside, shut off by Doak. Gets it out to Nielsen, working against Sears, in the man-to-man. Runnels on the drive, gets past Beal, and hangs the floater up and in. That is a tough matchup just in off the bench for Lily Beal to try to stay with one of the fastest players in the conference in Delaney Runnels. Here's Sears, fakes the three, and her shot swatted out of bounds by Runnels, who's out there playing with the 3 fouls. Painter returns after a short break to gather herself as Doak exits. Back in comes Bella Boyd for Niobrara-Verdigre. She'll replace Lene Nielsen. 52-19 Cougars. 3:51 to play in the third. Painter open on a catch and shoot three on the inbound. It's a West Plains Bank three on the assist from Jaylee Good. Grayson now has 9 in the third quarter. Deep three won't go for Boyd, but the rebound chased down. No, on the baseline when she caught it was Runnels, so it goes to Ainsworth. 3:35 to play in the third, 52-22. Painter gets it out to Jaylee Good. Three on the left wing. It's a West Plains Bank three for Jaylee Good on the assist from Grayson Painter in a quick timeout. 52-25 as the Bulldogs hit back-to-back West Plains Bank threes, but they trail by 27 with 3:19 to play in the third.
Farm Bureau Financial Services of Ainsworth offers you auto, home, and life insurance, annuities, and IRAs. Contact Angie Davis with Farm Bureau Financial Services, located on Main Street in Ainsworth.
Vero Wireless is your one-stop shopping destination for all of your communication needs. Whether you're looking for cell phone, accessories, home internet service, or home phone service, Vero has you covered with the lowest rates and the best coverage in the industry. Stop on down at our store corner of Highway 20 in Main and Ainsworth. Vero Wireless, we are where you are.
52-25, Niobrara-Verdigre led by 31 a moment ago. That lead now down to 27. Ainsworth has hit back-to-back threes, coupled with a Delaney Runnels bucket for Niobrara-Verdigre. A little pressure now from Ainsworth. Beal guarding Delaney Runnels. Let's see Lily, how you do on that really tough assignment to stick in front of Delaney Runnels? Here's a deep three taken and missed by Hofer, but the long rebound out to Runnels. She has 11 boards. Delaney on the baseline. Nice shut off nicely by Beal. Good job by Lily. Here's a drive by Stark. She's shut off on the baseline by Jaylee Good. Gets it out to Runnels. Beal sticking right with her. Good job by Lily. Moving her feet, getting it to Boyd. She throws it away. That's good defense in the man-to-man by the Bulldogs. Forcing a turnover. 52-25. We approach the 7 o'clock mark. Checking in with my Stewart and West Hope folks. See if we can't get some updates from Atkinson and St. Mary's. Here's another three. Jaylee Good around and out. Painter tips the rebound but can't save it in bounds, and it'll go back to the Cougars. Well, Ainsworth, after 11 points in the first half, has 14 points here in 5.5 minutes of the third quarter. Here comes Runnels breaking some pressure. Now stops, waiting for traffic to clear. Needs some help. Gets it off to Hofer. She's guarded by Grayson Painter. Into the hands of Suka, who's guarded by Flynn. Down to Hofer. Bounces it. It's knocked away by Good. Saved by Stark. Boyd throws it inside for Suka. Poked away. Saved by Runnels. Runnels on the drive. In and out on the shot, but she'll go to the line for two, and I think that's going to be Peyton Sears on a reach in from the side. That'll be Peyton's third, and free throws here for Delaney Runnels, who has 7 of Niobrara-Verdigre's 11 here in the third quarter, giving her 19 for the game. She can go over 20 and does with that free throw. She was 0 for 2 in the first half, both on and one opportunities. Jaylee gets a breather. Back in comes Sisson. Nielsen returns for Niobrara-Verdigre as Hofer to the bench. 2:08 to go, 53-25. Now 54-25 as Runnels Good on both free throws. Painter against Runnels, who's out there with the 3 fouls, gets it off to Willa Flynn. Willa turns, faces on Suka, out to Grayson, deep three, too strong, rebound. Lily Beal down with it, and then they immediately tie her up, and the possession arrow gives it to the Cougars. So Lily Beal down with a rebound, and now we'll see a little full court pressure from Beal and Grayson Sisson. Here comes Boyd into the front court, gets it off to Nielsen. Into the corner to Boyd. Drives baseline, shut off by Sears. Out it goes to Nielsen. Hands it off to Runnels. Lily Beal just trying to stick with Runnels the best she can. She's doing an excellent job. Deep three by Boyd. That one won't go, but Runnels down with the board. Delaney puts it up and scores it off the glass. She is a good basketball player. Delaney Runnels has 11 in the third quarter. Give her 23 for the game, 56-25. Painter step back, long two for Grayson, back rim. Rebound into the hands of Willa Flynn. Gets it out. Here's a three for Painter. That one in and out. And the rebound pulled down by Suka. Driving is Nielsen. Takes it down the left lane and scores it past Painter. 7 for Lene Nielsen. 58-25 with 50 seconds to play in the third. Boys varsity game next between the Bulldogs and Cougars. Painter drives baseline. Shot is blocked by Stark. Offensive rebound. Beal. Putback won't go, and Stark down with the board. Throw it ahead to Nielsen with 30 seconds left. She'll take a deep three on the right side. That won't go, but Bella Boyd chases down the weak side board. Now she'll fire a three. That won't go. And Grayson Painter comes down with it. She's got a one-on-one with Runnels and misses the layup. Rebound to Suka. And ahead it goes to Boyd for the finish. Final 10 seconds. Everything going right for the Cougars. They lead at 60-25. Beal, 18-footer to beat the buzzer. That one is off the side of the iron. Suka down with the board, and that will take us to the final 8 minutes of our girls varsity matchup. All Niobrara-Verdigre here. Ainsworth put up 14 in the third quarter, but that's about a 3-minute drought to close it. And after 11 in the first half, Bulldogs 14, but Niobrara-Verdigre answers with 19 more behind a big third quarter from Delaney Runnels, who had 11. And it's 60-25 on your Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
Quality care for quality cattle. At RK Cattle Company of Longpine, they have the facility needs of the cattle feeding industry. Call Brian Ortner to learn more at RK Cattle Company, phone 402-273-4424.
At GrowVantage, we know high performance when we see it. It's not just agronomics and hybrid stuff. It's making every farm and every farmer more successful. For your Pioneer hybrid seed, water management services, and crop consultation, go with GrowVantage, just east of Ainsworth.
Quality Construction, Posel Construction of Long Pine, a family-owned business specializing in all forms of general contracting. They're your local dealer for Pella Windows. Matt and Jess Posel, call 402-273-2929.
Big thanks, Matt, Jess, and crew. Posel Construction bringing you the ball game on KBRB and all of our Bulldog sportscasters. 60-25. Ainsworth trailing Niobrara-Verdigre as the Bulldogs start the fourth with the basketball. A little runner from 10 feet for Grayson Painter is good as she drove past her initial defender. Grayson with 11 in the second half, giving her 15 for the game. 60-27, the Cougar lead at 33. They throw it inside to Hofer, gets past Sears, puts it up and scores on the assist from Lene Nielsen. First bucket for Maura Hoferer. 62-27. Niobrara-Verdigre, the 3 seed in the upcoming NVC tournament, behind top seed Santee and 2 seed Elgin Public Pope John. Painter trying to throw it inside for Flynn. It's knocked away and out of bounds by Hofer. Will stay with the Bulldogs. Who's going to bring the ball in? It'll be Jaylee Good. Starting 5 out there for both teams. In a 35-point game, Flynn on the wing, tries to throw it inside, knocked away, saved by Sears. Out to Welke, who's back on the floor with her 4 fouls. Sears, a near steal attempt. Runnels knocked it away. Boy, Runnels came from the help side. She anticipated the Grayson Painter spin move. Grayson started the spin, and Runnels was right there, but she couldn't quite snag it. And it will stay with the Bulldogs. Opening minute of the fourth quarter, boys varsity to follow between 2 teams that will play each other again tomorrow in the opening round of the NVC tournament in Stewart. Ainsworth and Niobrara-Verdigre, the 8-9 seeds, as Kinley Welke has the ball tied up by Talon Stark, and possession arrow puts it back into the hands of the Cougars. So Ainsworth boys trying to snap a losing skid. They'll take on the Cougars, who are 0-15 against a tough schedule. Bulldogs have lost 5 in a row. They're at 3-14, and then they'll play again tomorrow. 3-point shot is buried by Suka on the assist from Runnels. Suka now with a big game. She has 16 to go along with 9 rebounds. Painter a spin, double team, gets it to Flynn. Driving on Suka, backs it out, takes a 3. Off the top of the backboard, Welke ties up with Stark on the rebound. Possession arrow keeps it with Ainsworth. 65-27 with 6:25 to go in the game. We're 2 points from a running clock now with the Cougars. Just having an excellent night here on the road in McAndrew Gymnasium. They get it into Sears on the outlet, drives, gets it to Painter. Grayson now working off a switch, takes a step back 3, blocked out of bounds by Suka. And it will stay with the Bulldogs. Suka gets the block. They reset the shot clock. They probably should not have. But it's kind of academic at this point in a 38-point game. Flynn passes on, taking a 3 from the wing. Gets it out wide open was Painter. She'll step inside for a 17-footer. In and out. A rebound down to Hofer. 65-27, Niobrara-Verdigre. Stark will take a 3 right wing. That one won't go, but the long rebound chased down by Lene Nielsen. She has 7 rebounds, the freshman, to go along with 7 points, 4 assists. Suka deep right wing, working against Flynn, up top to Runnels. Played by Kinley Welke, who's got the 4 fouls. Delaney on the drive, shot good on the 16-footer. And now we have a running clock with 5:35 to go. Runnels with a huge game for this Cougar team. Painter works off a double screen. Runnels stays right with her. So the shot clock will be off now with the running clock. Grayson on the drive, has it poked away by Runnels, saved by Sears, gets it out to Welke. Pass cross court to Good. Good defense by the Cougars. There's a knock away from Runnels. And it's into the hands of Suka. Baseball pass ahead is over the head of Stark. So the clock continues to run on plays out of bounds, on free throws, on everything but timeouts. Sears out. Back in comes Adeline Doak. 67-27. Niobrara-Verdigre as we hit the 7 o'clock mark here on KBRB. Glad to have you with us tonight for high school basketball. Boy, West Holt leading O'Neill girls at halftime, 26-23. There's a steal by Runnels, and she will take it in and lay it home with the left hand. Delaney continues as a timeout going to be taken by Coach Todd Runnels as he's going to clear off the bench. North Central, a huge third quarter, leading now Creighton 47-25. The Knights put up 23 points in the third quarter to just 6 for Creighton. So the Knights on their way to another win heading into the conference tournament. Boy, good game from Atkinson tonight. Girls basketball, West Holt holding on to a 26-23 lead over the O'Neill Eagles. The timeout here, we'll get substitutions in, it looks like, for the Cougars for sure. We'll see about the Bulldogs with 4:29 to play in a 69-27 game. Did notice some of the youngsters prior to that last Runnels bucket celebrating a certain score. We will see new players in for Niobrara-Verdigre. Jaylee Miller, Peyton Frederick, Mackenzie Runnels into the game. Boyd is out there, and it looks like staying on the floor. Is it Nielsen that stays? Just trying to check it out. Make sure I've got everybody in uniform. Here's Flynn, a long two. That one is good. Foot on the line, two for Willa. On the assist by Kinley Welke. Willa has 4. 69-29. Boyd with the basketball. Has it poked away by Welke and stolen. Kinley takes it the other way and lays it in. Kinley Welke with the steal and layup. 69-31. 4 minutes to play and a running clock. Not like football, where if you drop it under the running clock score, that it goes back to regular operation. Here's a ball knocked away, and it's going to be a tie-up as Jaylee Good again down there scrapping for the basketball. Just checking out, trying to see who I am missing on this Niobrara team. So Jaylee Miller, J.C. Strum, Peyton Frederick, Mackenzie Runnels are out there, and Bella Boyd. There you go. On the tie-up, possession arrow is Niobrara-Verdigre. So they had the arrow incorrect. They've got it figured out. In the meantime, about 30 seconds ran off the clock while they were getting that squared away. Get the ball into Boyd. She swings it across into the hands of Jaylee Miller. Jaylee has it picked off by Doak. Ahead to Welke. Welke layup won't go. Rebound down to Painter. She puts it up and scores. Bulldogs have not cleared the bench yet. There's a steal by Grayson. Shot is short. Grayson down with the board, and she's fouled. See if Coach Sandy Nelson going to, she's going to coach assistant coach Katie Painter going to clear the bench now for the Bulldogs, and Coach Sandy Nelson going to take a timeout to allow the Bulldogs to sub. As in will come Tinley Buchel, Grayson Sisson, along with Ava Graff and Lily Beal. Buchel, one of the freshman class, along with Graff. Beal, the sophomore, Sisson, a freshman, and Doak, a freshman. 69-33, catch and shoot jumper for Doak won't go. Delaney Runnels back in off that timeout to handle the basketball for the Cougars and try to get some of the other players involved. Miller with it, out to Delaney. Runnels guarded by Lily Beal. Really like the job Lily Beal's done, as there's a long three. That's missed by Mackenzie Runnels. And the rebound down to Adeline Doak. We're under 2 minutes to go. Grayson Sisson catch and shoot. Long two is good on the assist from Doak. Grayson Sisson knocks in a long one. Just a foot on the line, two-pointer, 69-35. Runnels with it. Minute 35 to go. Shot clock is off. Mackenzie Reynolds puts up the baseline jumper. That won't go. Look at Lily Beal. Never saw the rebound coming out to her on the ground as she was just locked into guarding Delaney Reynolds. Delaney double teamed. Gets it off into the hands of Jaylee Miller. She's guarded by Grayson Sisson. Now it is Mackenzie Reynolds. Guarded by Doak tightly with 1:10 to go, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Todd Reynolds with 1:07 to play. We'll take a break, 69-35, as we have 67 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
If you have a demand for concrete, call on Ainsworth Ready Mix to get your project started. Residential, commercial, or industrial concrete jobs, they're committed to providing quality products at an affordable price at Ainsworth Ready Mix, proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics.
Experience, reputation, and results. This is Laura Lee Frank at Bruner Frank Shoemaker, LLC. We pride ourselves on personal attention and solid results for your legal needs. We have law offices in both Kearney and Ainsworth for your convenience. Give us a call today.
1:07 to play, 69-35. Bulldogs have done a much better job. 24 points in the second half after just 11 in the first half. But the Cougars have had an excellent ball game. Stark in off the timeout, replacing Delaney Reynolds. Into the hands of Peyton Frederick, and there's a steal by Adeline Doak. Gets it ahead to Grayson Sisson. Grayson puts up a runner, and it's good off the glass. How about Grayson Sisson with 4 on another assist for Adeline Doak? And a timeout from Coach Sandy Nelson to let a couple players come in, as in will come Cassie Cole into the ball game. Cole, a 5'3" junior. Ball inbounded to Mackenzie Reynolds. 45 seconds to play. Reynolds against Ava Graf. Little shot up off the window, won't go. Good defense by Ava. Long rebound tracked down by Strom. Here's Taylin Stark. And she loses it out of bounds. So the Bulldogs, with 25 seconds and counting, get the ball back. 69-37. Sisson, high post to Buchel. Turnaround jumper. That one is short. And Cole can't reach the rebound, so it goes over to the Cougars with 7 seconds and counting. So they can just get it in here and basically wrap this one up. Reynolds with 2, checks the clock, and won't get a shot away. But an impressive performance from Niobrara-Verdigre here on the road, knocking out the Ainsworth Bulldogs in a conference matchup. 69-37 is your Tri-County Bank final. We'll come back and tell you more about it in our Tri-County Bank end of the game summary after this timeout.
Big G Oil. Dave Garrison offers mobile oil change services anytime, anywhere. Tractors, semis, irrigation engines, RVs. No mess, convenient, and hassle-free. Call 402-760-0151 and let the oil change come to you.
Hello, I'm Kirk Peterson, an investment advisor representative with Peterson Asset Protection Group. I can help you get your finances in order by taking a look at the big picture. I'll consider your estate, retirement investment,
Main Street in Ainsworth.
For all of your livestock or grain hauling needs, call on Thad Jones Trucking of Ainsworth. Well-maintained trucks and trailers, skilled, reliable, and experienced drivers. Thad Jones Trucking. Phone 402-760-1964.
Red and White Market is your local community connection for high-quality food, friendly service, and great prices. Make sure to grab a delicious piping hot lunch. The deli starts serving at 11:30 weekdays. You can have it to stay or to go from Red and White Market on Highway 20 in Ainsworth.
Tires you deserve from people you can trust. At Brown County Tire, their sales and service teams go above and beyond to help you with your tire needs. For complete tire service and oil changes, call on Brown County Tire in Ainsworth. Phone 402-387-0203.
Go Bulldogs! A Bulldog debit card from Union Bank and Trust is the perfect way to show off your Bulldog pride wherever you use your card, at home or away. Stop by our Ainsworth branch today for complete details. Member FDIC.
Depend on the pros. When it comes to customer satisfaction and fair prices on electrical, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning work, Call on Pro Electric and HVAC of Ainsworth. Trent Kinney at 382-5535.
Well, Greg Kinsey welcoming you back here on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, KBRB.net. 69-37, your final score. Niobrara-Verdigre girls improved to 11-7 on the season, dropping the Bulldogs to 5-14 as these teams will head into Niobrara Valley Conference play on Saturday. The Bulldogs will take on Elgin Public Pope John in the 2-7 matchup from Santee, and Niobrara-Verdigre will be home, and they will take on Stewart in the 3-6 matchup on the girls' side. Well, it was the Cougars jumping out to a 19-7 lead after one, then dominated the second quarter, outscoring Ainsworth 22-4 to take a 41-11 lead to the break. Bulldogs got a little bit going in the third quarter offensively, scoring 14 points, but the Cougars stayed hot behind Delaney Runnels. She scored 11 in the third quarter on her way to a game-high 27 as the Cougars put up 19 in the third to go up 60-25, then got the running clock with about 5.5 minutes to go. Ainsworth ended up outscoring Niobrara-Verdigre 12-9 in the fourth. 69-37 is your final. It is our Tri-County Bank end of the game summary. Free Casasa checking accounts are all about growth, so take care of your money with the monthly cash rewards just for doing the banking basics. With a Casasa account from the Tri-County Bank, you receive rewards on ATM withdrawal fees. If you meet your monthly qualifications, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Stop by one of the TCB branches in Stewart, Atkinson, Bassett, or O'Neill. Visit TriCountyBank.com. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. The Tri-County Bank is member FDIC. Well, let's run through the final statistics. Turnover margin actually ended up in favor of the Bulldogs, but a lot of those turnovers by the Cougars were in the final minutes with the backups in. 14 turnovers by Niobrara-Verdigre, 12 for Ainsworth. They did a much better job in the second half taking care of the basketball. Only 3 of their 12 turnovers after halftime. Cougars out-rebound Ainsworth 40-24. That's one of the big differences in this one. And Niobrara-Verdigre 3 for 6 at the free throw line. Bulldogs finished 5 for 11. Scoring-wise, 27 from Delaney Runnels, had 12 in the first half, 11 in the third quarter, a couple buckets in the fourth, and a double-double as she pulled down 14 rebounds to go with those 27 points. We told you she was a good rebounding guard at about 5 rebounds a game, but wow, 14 boards for Runnels in this one. It was 16 points for Amber Suka, 9 in the first half, 7 in the second half, 15 for Taylin Stark, all in the first half, including 3 threes. 7 for Lene Nielsen. The freshman had a 3 in the first half. Then it was a bucket for Maura Hoferer and a bucket off the bench for Bella Boyd. Rebounding-wise for Niobrara-Verdigre, 14 for Delaney Runnels, 9 for Amber Suka, 7 for Lene Nielsen, 4 for Maura Hoferer, 3 for Taylin Stark, 2 for Bella Boyd, and 1 for J.C. Strom. I had Lene Nielsen with 4 assists. 3 assists for Taylin Stark, 2 apiece for Delaney Runnels and Amber Suka, and 1 for Bella Boyd, and had the Cougars with 3 blocked shots, 1 apiece for Taylin Stark, Delaney Runnels, and Amber Suka. For the Ainsworth Bulldogs, 17 for Grayson Painter. She hit 2 threes in the second half, 13 of her 17 coming after halftime, had an and one as well. And from there, it was 6 points for Jaylee Good, 3 for 4 at the free throw line, 4 points for Peyton Sears, 1 for 4 at the line and hit a 3. Jaylee also knocked down a 3. It was 4 points for Willa Flynn, 4 points off the bench late for Grayson Sisson, and 2 points for Kinley Welke. Rebounding-wise, Grayson Painter had 6 to lead the way. It was 4 for Jaylee Good, 3 rebounds apiece for Adeline Doak, Willa Flynn, and Peyton Sears. 2 rebounds for Kinley Welke, 2 for Lily Beal, and 1 for Grayson Sisson. I had Grayson Painter with 3 assists, 2 for Adeline Doak, 1 each for Kinley Welke and Jaylee Good, and a block for Kinley Welke in the ball game. That's a look at your final statistics in this 69-37 victory for Niobrara-Verdigre, as we're joined up here on the top shelf at Ainsworth High School's McAndrew Gymnasium by coach of the Bulldogs, Sandy Nelson. And Sandy, this is a tough matchup. This is a good basketball team. They are athletic, and Well, I tell you what, they came out hot shooting from the left wing against the zone.
Yeah, we in all the film and all the stats that I've looked at, I told them we couldn't lose track of where 2 and 4 were, and we did, and they made us pay. But kudos to them, they shot really, really well.
Well, I tell you what, obviously the way they were hitting those outside shots, something had to change, and you go to the man-to-man, and it's a tough team to try to match up in man-to-man against. But you know what? I thought the girls played pretty well, and I know with some depth issues, it's tough to go a full game man-to-man defensively or risk getting some players in foul trouble. But tell you what, I think what the girls showed when they went in it against a pretty good and athletic team, that they've got a chance to maybe play a little man-to-man this year.
Yeah, we've been practicing it. We just don't have enough girls for a solid man-to-man, especially if we get into some foul trouble.
Yep.
We switched to that triangle and 2 in the second half, and I thought that worked pretty good.
Yeah, he kind of limited Stark with that a little bit after she had the hot shooting first half.
Well, and I was really super proud of the girls because we've never practiced that. So they did a good job and, learned a little bit about it on the floor, but they played very aggressive out of it.
I thought Lily Beal coming in off the bench did a pretty nice job trying to hang with one of the fastest players in the conference and probably in all of Class D1, and Delaney Reynolds. Thought Lily just really worked hard out there.
Lily's a great defensive player, and she loves playing. She loves playing defense. If you watch her down there, she's got a smile on her face the entire time that she's playing defense.
Well, you get a quick turnaround, and we'll take on another very good team from the Niobrara Valley Conference in the opening round of the tournament on Saturday against Elgin Public Pope John. That's a team that likes to kind of run that 2-3 zone trap, and kind of like Niobrara-Verdigre, they've got a couple of girls that can really battle on the glass.
Yeah, we just need to go in with a little bit more confidence. I felt like the first half tonight, our confidence wasn't quite there. We came out with a little bit more confidence in that second half and a little bit more, played a little bit more aggressive. So we just need to start that way, and that'll make the game easier.
Yeah, good third quarter. After an 11-point first half, get 14 in the third, but it was a good team you were up against tonight. I would not be surprised to see this Niobrara-Verdigre team playing for a conference championship in a week on their home floor.
Yeah, no, they're solid. They're a solid, well-coached basketball team.
Well, appreciate the time, Sandy. We'll catch up with you again down the road in the NVC.
Thank you.
Coach Sandy Nelson joining us here on KBRB as part of our post-game show. 69-37, the final. Niobrara-Verdigre with the win over the Ainsworth Bulldogs. Let's get you caught up on some other action around the area quickly, as it is after 3 quarters of play. St. Mary's with a 52-20 lead over Stewart. And it was North Central with a 58-31 victory over Creighton. North Central outscored Creighton 34-12 in the second half after that was a 5-point game at halftime. And again, last check, it was West Holt leading O'Neill's girls by a score of 26-23. Well, let's award our first class auto performances of the game before we get ready for our boys matchup and what will be the first of a 2-day doubleheader between the Ainsworth Bulldogs and the Niobrara-Verdigre Cougars. Our performances of the game brought to you by First Class Auto. Check out their selection on the Main Street lot. Saw a really nice looking Wagoneer on the lot right now for First Class. They've got a couple Ram pickups, a couple GMCs, even saw a Ford out there on the First Class lot to go along with several Jeep vehicles. And they've got a lot of different vehicles to choose from for a small town dealership, so check those out. And, of course, they can fix about anything they can get to fit inside the shop doors. Why travel any other way when you can upgrade and save when you go First Class? Performers of the game for Niobrara-Verdigre improves to 11-7 on the season. We're going to go with Delaney Runnels and Amber Suka tonight. Runnels with 27 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Just a tremendous performance for the junior guard. And for Amber Suka, she is a handful inside. She is tough to guard defensively, whether it's in a zone or a man-to-man. She is relentless on the glass. She put up 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. It'll be Runnels and Suka, your performers of the game for Niobrara-Verdigre. for the Ainsworth Bulldogs in this one. Grayson Painter, 17 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. One of those today. And the other one, she really battled again, just wears it out inside, battling on the boards, undersized, but gets in there and does everything she can to compete on the glass and inside. Jaylee Good will be our other one tonight. 6 points for Jaylee, 3 for 4 at the free throw line, added 4 rebounds and an assist. Those are your performers of the game, brought to you by First Class Auto. We're about 10 minutes from the start of our boys varsity matchup, so we'll take a quick break. Come back and get you set up for the first of a doubleheader today and tomorrow between Niobrara-Verdigre and Ainsworth. The Bulldogs will be on their home floor tonight and on a neutral site in the 8-9 matchup tomorrow in the opening round of the NVC tournament. We'll take a break, come back, and introduce you to our boys matchup after this on KBRB. Final score in the girls game, 69-37, Niobrara-Verdigre with the victory over the Ainsworth Bulldogs.
Nebraska Beef. It's what's for dinner. Miles Feedlot, Mark and Haley Miles, are proud to support Ainsworth Community School students moving forward in academics, athletics, fine arts, and organization. Go Bulldogs!
Insight Partners, formerly the Munhake Agency of Ainsworth, has provided quality insurance protection to area individuals, families, and businesses for more than 60 years. For quality coverage and fair rates, visit Insight Partners on 2nd Street in Ainsworth.
Dr. Cherie Stephen with Sandhills Animal Health Care Center of Ainsworth. For all your animal health care, large to small animals and family pets, Dr. Cherie Stephen with Sandhills Animal Health Care Center, located 1 mile east and 1/2 mile south of Ainsworth.
Developmental concerns? Planning Region Team 17 provides early intervention services at no cost to eligible families in Brown, Rock, Chippewa, and Cherry County to support early learning and skill development for babies and young children. Contact your local school district to learn more.
I am April Good, Associate Broker with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, specializing in farm, ranch, and recreational sales as well as residential property. With my office in Ainsworth, I'm here to help sellers and buyers like you make the most of your move.
Your go-to choice for ag and industrial steelwork is Winters Millwright in Ainsworth. Evan Winters has over 2 decades of experience and an expert team who are proud to offer construction, machinery installation, maintenance, repairs, and innovative solutions.
Got Residuo with Bueller's Beef, a second-generation nutrition-first company that truly cares if you're successful. With our products and everything from mineral to cube, custom feed, consultation, heifer development programs, feedstock supplier programs, we can do it all. That's Scott Residuo with Bueller Feed, 402-358-2083.
Put your project in good hands with Sean Furno Construction, offering complete general contracting services, home renos, window installs, siding, roofing, decks, new builds, you name it. Call on Sean Furno Construction at 402-382-8093.
When it comes to healthcare, the providers at the Ainsworth Family Clinic set a standard in quality that aims to exceed your expectations. Dr. Kenneth Wasmond and nurse practitioners Jennifer Schermeyer, Hillary Goodwin, and Crystal Daly. Better never stops at the Ainsworth Family Clinic. Madison's Great Western, west of Ainsworth, serves all your fertilizer, fuel, and propane needs. Give them a call at 387-2870. Stop by the office. Visit with Bob Maxwell. You'll find Madison's Great Western makes your fertilizer and fuel needs their #1 priority.
Ainsworth Auto Parts is now Auto Value, located along Richardson Drive, right along East City Park. They offer oil, fluids, wax and paint, accessories, tools and shop supplies, as well as ag and heavy-duty parts. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts. Ainsworth Auto Parts, your Auto Value parts store.
William Cotter Lumber Company of Ainsworth, Bassett, Stewart, Atkinson, O'Neill, Spencer, and Gregory supply all of your building needs, from the tiniest finishing nail to truckloads of lumber. William Cotter Company, where service is a family tradition.
Well, we welcome you back here on KBRB. Had a chance to race down and grab some starters. And we've got a couple score updates while we've done that. After 3 quarters, the West Holt girls with a 38-33 lead over O'Neill. That would be a signature victory for the Huskies if they can hold on. And midway through the 4th, it is 57-27. O'Neill St. Mary's leading Stewart. North Central girls pick up a win over Creighton 58-31. Our girls game was 69-37 in favor of the Cougars. Well, we get you set up for our boys matchup between the Cougars and the Bulldogs, the first of two in back-to-back nights. Ainsworth and Niobrara-Verdigre tonight in the regular season, and then we'll play tomorrow in the 8-9 matchup. Bulldogs 3-14. They've got a couple teams ahead of them that don't have any wins, but Niobrara-Verdigre competing in Class D1. They played a brutal schedule. And Santee competing in D2. They picked up enough bonus points on the PowerPoint schedule, which is used to determine conference tournament seeding, that they actually are ahead of Ainsworth despite the Bulldogs having more wins. So Ainsworth will be the number 9 seed tomorrow in the opening round of the NVC tournament, taking on the 8th seeded Cougars. Santee, it's been a struggle for the Warriors this season, but they are actually going to be the 7 seed. They'll play defending D2 champion O'Neill St. Mary's in the opening round of the NVC tournament, or the quarterfinals, we should say, on Saturday. The Ainsworth-Niobrara-Verdigre winner tomorrow will get top seed Elgin Public Pope John on Saturday in Santee. Well, we welcome you in here for our boys matchup. The Cougars come in at 0-15, Ainsworth at 3-14 on the season. Bulldogs on a 5-game skid after winning 3 in a row. And the Cougars still searching for that first win, but they have only played 4 teams that have a losing record. They have not played very many teams that are under 500. Well, I guess they've got 3 that are 8-9. Outside of those 3 teams, they've played a 6-9 Creighton team and a 3-12 Bloomfield team and a 7-9 Summerlin team, and they played that Summerlin team to within 2 points. Remember, the Bulldogs lost to Summerlin 66-49, and around that same time in late December. So don't sleep on this Cougar team despite the 0-15 record. Bulldogs better be ready to go in this one. The Cougars are led offensively by Cash Nielsen, averaging 7 points a game. There's a Cougar team that only averages 32 points per ball game. Then it's 5 points a game for Sky Denny, 5 a game for Parker Frank, and about 5 a game for Edward Drobny, some of your starters for the Cougars. And for the Ainsworth Bulldogs, they are led offensively by their 2 seniors, Witten Painter averaging a little over 11 points per game. Chris Fernandez just shy of 10 points per ball game. Then it's 8.5 points per game for sophomore Zane Evans. They get about 6 a game from sophomore Jackson Rucker. Rebounding-wise, Rucker leads the Bulldogs at 7.5 per ball game. About 5 rebounds a game for Jacob Ortner, 4.5 per game for Witten Painter. Chris Fernandez at 3.5 assists and over 2 steals a game leads the Bulldogs in both those categories. Let's introduce you to our starting lineups for the Cougars and the Bulldogs in the first of their 2-day doubleheader. It will be lineups brought to you by Three River, your area telecommunications and technology leader. We'll start with Niobrara-Verdigre, 0-15 on the season. They're coached by Scott Krause, assisted by Shauna Drobny and Chris Swally. The Cougars will start number 4, Danny Pease, 6'2", and a senior. Number 10, Cash Nielsen, a 6'3" junior. Number 11, Sky Denny, a 5'8" freshman. Number 25, Edward Drobny, a 6'2" junior. And number 30, Parker Frank, a 5'10" freshman. 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for Niobrara-Verdigre. Lineups brought to you by Three River. If you need a reliable internet connection, look no further than Three River Communications. With their dependable fiber internet service, your streaming, gaming, and video meetings will run smoothly and stress-free. Three River also offers telephone service and plenty of great cable television options. Don't settle for the ordinary when you can enjoy the extraordinary. Visit threeriver.net. Give them a call at 866-569-2666. Three River supporting high school sports here on KBRB. Now the starting lineup for the 3-14 Ainsworth Bulldogs, coached by Jake Nelson, assisted by Clint Painter and Mandy Evans. The Bulldogs will start at the guard spots. Number 1, Chris Fernandez, 5'10" and a senior. On the wings, number 3, Zane Evans, a 5'10" sophomore, and number 22, Witten Painter, is 5'7" senior. Then you have in the starting lineup for the Bulldogs again, it is Jackson Rucker, number 21. He's a 6'2" sophomore. And number 13 gets the start, Graham Deuster. He is a 6'3" sophomore. Those are your starters for the Ainsworth Bulldogs. We'll come back. We'll be ready for the tip between the Bulldogs and the Cougars after this timeout on KBRB.
At West Plains Bank, we're proud to offer the financial products and services to help you accomplish your life's goals. West Plains Bank in Ainsworth and Springview, a better way to bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Making car shopping fun again. Whether you're in the market for brand new or pre-owned, shop the great selection at William Crotter Company, where service is a family tradition. See them at 305 West Douglas in O'Neill, or you can find them on Facebook and CrotterAuto.com.
Your first choice for exceptional care is Rangeland Rehab locations in Ainsworth and Bassett. Physical therapist Brian Doak, along with professional staff, are trained in many techniques to help improve mobility and decrease pain. For appointments, call Rangeland Rehab at 387-1600.
Need a project tackled? Well, get them lined up. Shelburne Contracting in Ainsworth is proud to offer seamless gutters, windows and doors, flooring, decking, roofing, fencing, complete home remods, even firewood prep. Call Ty at 402-760-0985.
Allen Monuments of Ainsworth offer permanent legacies that memorialize the passing of a loved one. The monument you choose can be customized to reflect the life of your departed one. Serving you with dignity, Allen Monuments on Highway 20, Ainsworth.
We welcome you back on KBRB as we are ready to go. The Bulldogs and the Cougars, the first of their two meetings on back-to-back days, as Ainsworth and Niobrara-Verdigre will play again tomorrow evening at 7:30 in Stewart in the opening round of the NVC tournament. The 8-9 matchup. We'll have that one tomorrow night as well on KBRB. Cougars in their road blue uniforms with the white numbers and letters. Bulldogs in their home whites with the red numbers and letters and the black stripes. It will be the tip into the backcourt, controlled by the Cougars and Sky Denny, and we are ready to go, and we'll see, looks like a zone defense from the Bulldogs to start the game. Denny needs some help. The 5-second count is on, and there it is. Good defense by the Bulldogs. Denny lost the dribble and had nowhere to go with the basketball. Zane Evans was all over him, and the Bulldogs gave nobody an opportunity to catch the basketball. Ainsworth forces a turnover on the opening possession. We'll see a 2-3 zone from the Cougars. Into the corner, Rucker on the left side. He has a skip pass to Fernandez. Kicks it to Zane Evans along the baseline. Back to Chris on the right wing. Chris drives in, out to Witten Painter. He'll fire a three, and it's good. It's a West Plains Bank triple for Witten Painter to start the game. On the assist by Chris Fernandez, and the Bulldogs jump out to the 3-0 lead. Denny into the hands of Cash Nielsen. Inside it goes. Pease gets a shot up and in over Deuster. And Danny Pease on the assist from Cash Nielsen gets Niobrara-Verdigre on the board. Here is Painter into the corner to Rucker, looking inside. Jackson dribbles out, skip pass to Evans. Evans back to Rucker, low catch. He's going to drive out to Painter, open three on the right wing. Witten misses that one. The long rebound, though, chased down by Zane Evans. Evans out to Fernandez. Bulldogs get a fresh 35-second clock. Here's Painter on the right wing. Into the corner to Rucker. Poked away by Nielsen. Rucker retrieves it. Drives the baseline. Gets caught in the air. Gets it out to Painter. Now the touch pass for Fernandez is knocked away. Saved by Deuster. He throws it in the corner. And Rucker buries a West Plains Bank three on the assist from Graham Deuster. Bulldogs have hit 2 threes. And they lead it 6-2. Nielsen inside, mid-range jumper over the top of Deuster, won't go, and Rucker down with the board. Fernandez quickly the other way to Evans, drives baseline. Zane has it knocked out of bounds by Edward Drobny, and it will stay with the Bulldogs. 6:07 to play opening quarter. Ainsworth leads it 6-2 on threes by Witten Painter and Jackson Rucker. Fernandez gets it into the corner. Painter looking for Deuster, and it's off of Graham's hands and out of bounds. Bulldogs turn it over. So Deuster starting in place of Ortner in this one. Jacob had been in the starting lineup, another of the sophomores. So you have the two seniors who play in Fernandez and Painter, and then it's a bundle of sophomores that you see from this Bulldog team. Nielsen on the drive, gets it off to Drobny, now into the hands of Denny. With it is Parker Frank, the freshman. Tough baseline jumper off the side of the backboard. Painter with the rebound, throws it ahead for Evans. Zane with the catch, and he gets it off. Here's Painter with a three left wing. That one's front rim, and the board down to Danny Pease. Frank throws it right into the hands of Rucker for the turnover. Bulldogs ahead to Fernandez. Chris, mid-range jumper is good from 12 feet. Chris Fernandez with the mid-range jumper, and it's an 8-2 start for the Bulldogs. Nielsen on the left wing, guarded by Rucker, who pokes it away. Cash retrieves it. Poked away from behind by Fernandez into the hands of Painter. Throws it ahead to Chris for the layup. Fernandez after the steal gets the assist from Painter. And it's a 10-2 start for the Bulldogs. And there's a steal by Fernandez. Chris one-on-one the other way. Lays it in. 6 quick ones from Chris Fernandez. Timeout, Coach Scott Krause of the Cougars. The Bulldogs out to a 12-2 lead on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. A little more than 3 minutes into our varsity boys matchup.
Three River Communications strives to better serve their customers of North Central Nebraska with the latest fiber technology, offering up to 1 gig internet speed, high-definition cable TV, and local and long-distance telephone service. Three River Communications, your local service provider.
Maintain and enhance a beautiful lawn with Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth. Jerry and Norma Paulson. Mowing, lawn cleanup, power raking, aerating, fertilizing, and spraying. They provide free estimates, references gladly given. Paulson's Lawn Service of Ainsworth.
For prescriptions and all your over-the-counter, feel better favorites, come to the pharmacy you know and trust, Ainsworth Pharmacy on Main Street, because keeping you healthy is their top priority. Make sure to check out their Facebook page for open hours.
Well, off the timeout, Jacob Ortner checks into the game. The 6'3 sophomore in for the first time. He replaces Deuster. 12-2 Bulldogs as Denny has it poked away by Evans. Nielsen throws it off the leg of Fernandez, but it's chased down by Evans. Bulldogs force the turnover. Chris pull-up jumper off the front rim, and he's after the board and is going to take it away. Gets it off to Rucker, who puts it in. Rucker on the assist from Chris Fernandez, who followed his own miss. Rucker has 5, and it's a 14-2 Bulldog lead. Frank into the corner it goes. 3 for Pease. That one's off the back iron. Rebound, though, down to Nielsen. Turnaround jumper, hangs on the rim, won't fall, and Rucker pulls away the board. Here comes Fernandez the other way. Into the right corner to Evans. Drives baseline on Nielsen. And his pass is knocked away and stolen by Denny. Just the second Bulldog turnover. Midway through quarter number 1, 14-2 as Painter slides onto the floor by the far sideline bench as he knocks the ball out of bounds. Sub in for the Cougars, Julius Brandt, 5'11 senior, replaces Denny. Bear Ray in for the Bulldogs, a sophomore guard, and he will replace Witten Painter. Nielsen with it, working against Fernandez, kicks it outside. Frank open for 3. That one's off the rim. Offensive rebound, Nielsen puts it up, can't finish. Rebound into the hands of Frank. His shot is short. Bulldogs giving up a ton of rebounds as Pease knocks it up and in. Just on the offensive glass. 3 offensive rebounds for Niobrara-Verdigre on that possession. High post to Ortner, poked away from him, knocked away and stolen. Here comes Parker Frank the other way. And his shot is up and short. Good defense by Rucker in transition. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Cougars. 14-4, Ainsworth by 10, 3:18 to play in the opening frame. Pease to throw it in. Gets it to Nielsen, 13-footer is short. Rebound, Rucker clears it out of the way from 2 Cougar defenders. Here goes Fernandez. His pass knocked away, and it's into the hands of Pease. Throws it ahead to Frank. Frank lays it up and in. Bulldogs turning it over now. Right side to Bear Ray. Gets it out to Evans on the right wing. Bulldogs have 4 sophomores on the floor. Corner to Ray. He has it poked away by Nielsen and out of bounds. So the Cougars on a little run. They're back within 8. Painter in, Deuster in. Out will go Rucker and Evans. Bulldogs have played 7 in this opening quarter. And we've got a sub in, it looks like, for Niobrara-Verdigre is Jet Denny into the game. He'll replace Parker Frank. Jet, another freshman for Coach Scott Krause's squad. 14-6 Ainsworth. Corner 3 open for Beret on the inbound. Misses everything, and the rebound down to Pease on the weak side. He goes ahead. Stolen away by Jacob Ortner from behind. Pease never saw him. Bulldogs take it away. Back comes Fernandez, who has 6 points in the opening quarter. He drives in, and he throws it right into the hands of Julius Brandt. Bulldogs turn it over for the 5th time. Shot is missed by Drobny in transition. Rebound to Ortner. Bulldogs quickly the other way. Out to Witten Painter, who's got 1-3 in the quarter. Ray in the right corner. Dangerous pass saved by Fernandez around to Ortner. Now in the right corner to Painter. Witten guarded tightly by Pease. Loses the dribble, skip pass, Fernandez. Pull up 15-footer, good. Chris, 8 in the first quarter, second assist for Painter. 16-6, Bulldogs back up by 10. Stops the little 4-point run from the Cougars. Nielsen on the drive, takes it baseline. Tough shot, can't get it to go, and Ortner down with the board. Jacob throws it ahead to Beret. Back to Ortner, and he's going to be hit and fouled as he went to the hoop. Nice little touch pass from Ray. Ortner with the foul. Jacob gets up holding his thumb. And will these be free throws? Yeah, it's not a shooting foul. Foul is on Edward Drobny. As back in come Evans, Rucker, and for the first time, Bates and Raymond, another sophomore. Out will go Ray, Ortner, and somebody else. Fernandez gets his first breather. Evans to inbound. Bulldogs up 16-6. Into the corner, Painter, catch and shoot 3. That's a West Plains Bank 3. On the inbound assist from Zane Evans. Witten Painter has 2 threes here in the quarter. 19-6 Bulldogs with 1:25 to play. Brandt gets it into the hands of Nielsen. Now to Pease. Against the Bulldog zone, out top to Jet Denny. Cougars have played 7 in this opening quarter. Pease guarded by Bates and Raymond. Up top it goes to Brandt. Dumps it down low. Shot up and good for Drobny. Brandt on the assist. Nice offensive action there for Niobrara-Verdigre. Painter on the deep left wing. High post it goes to Deuster. Left corner, open 3, Rucker. That one back rim. But Zane Evans down with the offensive board. Out to Painter for 3. Back rim, deadens it, won't go. And the rebound for Cash Nielsen. Boy, that one hit the back of the rim and just deadened, but there's a travel the other way on Nielsen. 19-8 as back in returns Sky Denny, and for the first time in comes Gage Vesely. He's a 6-foot senior. There are 6 seniors on this Cougar roster, but they do start 2 freshmen to go along with 2 juniors. So just one of those 6 seniors in the starting lineup. High post to Deuster, collapses the defense, gets it out to Painter. Painter bounces to Raymond into the corner, open 3 for Zane Evans. That one won't go, weak side board down to Rucker. His shot, no, as he absorbs some contact, and then a jump ball on the rebound. And it will stay with Ainsworth as Raymond tied it up with Vesely. Now we do have a foul. So a foul on Niobrara-Verdigre instead, and it'll go on Danny Pease. Raymond gets it into the corner to Witten Painter. Dribbles out of trouble, turns the corner, pull up, mid-range shot, won't go. Rebound caroms around into the hand of Danny Pease. He already has 4 boards. Pease the other way, guarded by Evans. Puts up a tough runner, can't go. And the rebound down to Rucker. Rucker already with 5 rebounds in the opening quarter. 3 seconds left. Evans drives, and he's hacked on the shot with a half a second left. And Zane will get free throws as he's going to take a 15-footer, and he got smoked from behind by, I believe, Sky Denny. And Sky got his money's worth on that one. That sent Zane sprawling. And Evans 2 free throws to try to close out the quarter. Bulldogs lead at 19-8. Free throw for Zane is up and perfect. First point of the game for the sophomore. Bulldogs have hit 3 threes here in the quarter, and they have a 20-point frame. Second free throw for Evans. It's the foul on Sky Denny, his first, third team foul. Second one in and out, and the rebound down to Pease, and that closes out the opening quarter. Ainsworth Bulldogs on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard have a 20-8 lead over Niobrara-Verdigre in their first of 2 consecutive meetings. They'll match up again tomorrow night in Stewart. We'll come back with our second 8 minutes after this.
Country Fabrics and Crafts of Valentine specializes in baby lock and simplicity sewing machines and sergers. For fabrics, notions, thread, yarn, zippers, trim, and patterns, head to Country Fabrics and Crafts in Valentine. Frontier Diesel of Ainsworth is your best choice for diesel truck and big rig repairs. Bruce Dannett and crew provide long-lasting repair work that stands up to the demands placed on your heavy-duty equipment. Dependable service, repairs done right. Frontier Diesel of Ainsworth.
PK Angus specializes in long-aged yearling Angus bulls. We also offer bulls for sale at private treaty in the spring. To learn more, check out our website at pkangus.com.
When you need expert electrical service, call on Travis Electric of Ainsworth. Travis Electric provides installation, repair, rewiring, maintenance, and upgrades for residential, commercial, farm, and ranch applications. Timely, reliable, professional, and courteous service, Travis Electric at 402-382-3280.
Well, we have a score update from West Holt. What a game. West Holt leading O'Neill 47-46 with 23 seconds left. What a great matchup there tonight from Atkinson. Here it is the Ainsworth Bulldogs with a 20-8 lead as Rutgers pass is too tall to start the second quarter. Evans can only get fingertips on it, and Ainsworth an unforced turnover, their 6th. 20-8 Bulldogs here as we start the second quarter of play. Ainsworth 3-14, Niobrara-Verdigre 0-15. Pease guarded by Deuster, kicks it to Denny. Now to Frank. Back out to Denny. That is Sky. We saw Jet as well. Right corner to Pease. Pease can't get the shot away, throws it in for Nielsen. Shot blocked by Rucker, but a foul called. One official signaled clean block. The far official says no, it was a foul. It'll go on Rucker, his first, and free throws coming for Cash Nielsen. Waiting on a final score for that West Holt O'Neill game as Nielsen's free throw off the front rim. First free throw attempts for the Cougars in this game. Ainsworth leads it by a dozen. 8 first quarter points for Chris Fernandez, 6 from Witten Painter, 5 for Jackson Rucker. It's 4 points for Danny Pease thus far, leading Niobrara-Verdigre. Rebound knocked into the hands of Drobny as the Bulldogs can't secure the defensive board off the missed free throw. 20-10. Rucker on the left wing, looking inside, now gets it to Fernandez. Here's Evans. Tries to turn the corner against the Cougar zone. Chris, pull up mid-range. That one won't go. Rebound is into the hands of Nielsen as he out-battled Beret. Cash takes it the other way, has it poked out of bounds from behind by Fernandez. Sub in as Painter and Ortner return. Out will go Ray and Deuster. Bulldogs played 8 in that first quarter. 29 on the shot clock. Pease to trigger it in. Gets it to Parker. Frank throws it into the hands of Denny. Pull up, tough shot on mid-range, won't go. Rebound. Karam's into the hands of Painter. Witten ahead to Evans. Zane tries to bounce it in for Ortner. Poked away and stolen by Pease. Ahead it goes to Parker Frank. Lays it in. The turnover by the Bulldogs. And all of a sudden, the Cougars are back within 8. Rucker skip pass to Painter. High post to Ortner. Gets it to Rucker. Rucker takes it in the lane. Shot blocked by Nielsen. Cash with the block and the rebound down to Drobny. 20-12. 8-point game. Open 3 for Frank. In and out. Rebound tipped around. Another offensive board for Nielsen. Putback won't go. Bulldogs too far under the hoop, but Evans able to steal it away. Zane the other direction. Gets it to Rucker. Pull up 17-footer. Jackson swirls it in and out. And the rebound down to Drobny. That one unkind as it swirled all the way around the hoop and out. Denny with it on the deep right wing. Cougars within 8. Nielsen inside, working against Ortner. Shot up, won't go. Rebound snared by Chris Fernandez. Here comes Painter the other way. Takes it toward the hoop, knocked out of bounds by Denny, and they're going to say off of Witten. So Ainsworth turns it over. All of a sudden, the Bulldogs a turnover fest. The second quarter. In comes Gage Vesely for Niobrara-Verdigre, along with Julius Brandt. Out there with Nielsen, Parker, Frank, and Drobny. 20-12. High post. Here's Brandt. Up and under move, and he scores it. Julius Brandt. And we get a timeout taken by Coach Scott Krause as Niobrara-Verdigre on a 6-0 run to start the second quarter. Bulldogs put up 20 in the first. They're scoreless here in the first 2:49 of the second. We'll take a break, come back with more on KBRB.
This is Carrie Hess with Sylvius Insurance Group. Livestock Risk Protection, or LRP, is a federally subsidized insurance product that protects against the decline in price over an insurance period for fed cattle, feeder cattle, swine. To learn more, call me at 402-340-0567.
Get the good stuff at Buckles Automotive, your Napa store on Main Street in Ainsworth. We carry a complete line of passenger car and light truck parts, as well as heavy-duty truck parts for the big rigs used on your farm or ranch. Buckles Automotive in Ainsworth. One call, that's all.
Well, Niobrara-Verdigre has cut the lead, or the deficit, in half to start this second quarter, and now we'll see a little zone press from Niobrara-Verdigre. Looks like a 2-2-1 zone. Bulldogs get it into Fernandez, back to Painter, into the middle to Evans. They break the pressure. Here's Painter to Rucker on the right wing. Looking inside, skip pass, tough catch. Chris makes it. On the left baseline, his pass knocked away and stolen by Parker Frank. Bulldogs struggling now. 9 turnovers for Ainsworth. It's a 20-14 ball game. Nielsen into the hands of Brandt. He fakes the 3. And it goes to Drobny. Drives baseline, double team. Nielsen, shot won't go. Rucker away with the board. Here comes Fernandez. Bulldogs up by just 6 now. Rucker swings it into the corner to Evans. Now to Painter. 3 left side. Misses everything, and the rebound down to Cash Nielsen. There's a knockaway by Fernandez. It'll go out of bounds off Chris as he and Parker Frank collide. I think it was a play-on situation. Don't believe they called a foul, but Frank kind of took an inadvertent shot to the face. Well, score North Central after 1. Boys play leads Creighton 7-5. Here's a Parker Frank 3. That's in and out. Rebound is into the hands of Vesely, and his shot is blocked by Witten Painter. Rucker on the left wing, and he's knocked down and fouled. That'll go against Julius Brandt. 4:02 to go in the half. 20-14, Bulldogs scoreless here in the second quarter after they put up 20 in the first half. Evans to Rucker on the right wing. His pass knocked away and stolen, but taken back by Zane Evans as the Bulldogs get it ahead to Fernandez. Chris inside, reverse layup is good. Fernandez with 10. 22-14, first points of the second quarter for Ainsworth. There's a knockaway. Rucker comes away with the steal on the knockaway by Evans. Ahead to Fernandez. The Bulldog lead is 8. These two teams will suit up again tomorrow against each other in the opening round of the NVC tournament. Rucker in the right corner, drives baseline, up top to Fernandez. Around to Painter, he fires another 3, and there's a West Plains Bank 3, the third of the game for Painter. On the assist from Fernandez, and the Bulldogs with a quick little 5-0 spurt to go back up by double digits. 25-14. Out it goes for a 3, Parker Frank. That won't fall, and the rebound snared by Jacob Ortner. Painter ahead to Evans. He is hit hard. Ball still loose, and it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Boy, Evans got cracked pretty good. Into the game for the first time comes Levi Hofer for Niobrara-Verdigre. Deuster and Ray return for Ainsworth as out go Evans and Ortner. 2:59 to play in the half. Also, Pease back in. He'll replace Cash Nielsen. Been a lower scoring second quarter. Bulldogs had given up 6 straight before a little 5-point spurt here pushes the lead back to 11. Rucker up top to Painter. Open 3 on the left wing. It's a West Plains Bank 3 again. Painter with his 4th on the assist from Rucker, and the Bulldogs now with their largest lead at 28-14. Drobny inside. His pass knocked away. Gets it back, and he scores. Drobny just stuck with it after his pass attempt. Got knocked away. He was able to chase it down and knock one in off the glass. Deep 3, Painter. Heat check 3 off the front rim. Long rebound, though, tracked down by Rucker. His 7th board of the half. Bounces it to Deuster. High post. 6 and around. Painter again. 3-point shot is short. Offensive rebound to Rucker, and he is pushed and fouled. 8 boards in the first half for Rucker, and the foul on Niobrara-Verdigre goes against Danny Pease. That's his 2nd. Still waiting on a final score. O'Neal gets 3 free throws with 0.3 of a second left and wins it by 1 over the Huskies. Into the corner to Ray. Now out to Fernandez. So O'Neal defeats Westholt 50-49 with 3 free throws in the final second. And a good shot in on mid-range off the glass for Fernandez as he darted in. Chris with 12 in the first half. 30-16 Bulldogs. Deep 3 for Cash. Nielsen won't go. The rebound tipped around. Still free, and Deuster comes out of there with it. Out to Painter for 3. Witten in and out on that one. They battle for the board on the ground after it. And it'll be a tie-up between Drobny and Deuster. In returns Evans for Ainsworth as Rucker to the bench. And we got a whistle up high on Ainsworth. That one on the Bulldogs against Zane Evans, his first. Wow, what a game. 50-49 O'Neal over Westholt. Into the lane, Brandt is going to double dribble. So with 1:20, that's the 8th turnover on Niobrara-Verdigre, and the Bulldogs up by 14. Throw it into the right corner to Ray, now to Fernandez, to Painter. Witten on the drive, knocked down in the lane, gets it off to Deuster. Graham out to Fernandez, fakes the 3, gets it to Evans on the left wing, back to Chris, around to Painter, 3 on the right wing. That one off the side of the iron. Deuster down with the offensive board, gets it out to Fernandez. Jumper is short, and the rebound saved by Cash Nielsen. Back comes Drobny the other way. He stops the dribble and travels with it. Good defense by Painter. Drobny wanted to drive in. He set up and was going to take the charge. Rucker returns for Ainsworth after a quick breather, and out will go Deuster. Final minute of the opening half. Bulldogs, after 20 points in the first quarter, have scored 10 here in the second. Cougars with 8 in each frame. About a 16-second difference. Shot clock to game clock in the final minute. Evans for Rucker in the paint, double teamed. Pass high, saved by Fernandez. Back to Rucker, now to Evans. 3 on the right wing for Zane. That won't go. Rebound is chased down by Sky Denny on the long carom. Cougars throw it ahead, Drobny, and it is Painter who knocks it out of bounds, and it's last touched by Drobny. Good job by Witten knifing in there to get a hand on the ball, and then Drobny had deflected off of him. 10th turnover on the Cougars. So the Bulldogs a chance to hold for the final shot if they choose to do so in the final 20 seconds, leading by 14. High post to Rucker. They triple team him out to Ray. Skip pass to Evans, left corner to Painter. Witten to Fernandez with 10 on the clock, now to Ray. High post to Rucker. Rucker turns, and Painter fell down as he tried to make the pass. Rucker was looking for Painter. He got knocked over. And it'll be a turnover on the Bulldogs with 3 seconds to go. So now Niobrara-Verdigre a chance to try to get it in quickly. Brandt Fires one from half court that is short. That'll take us to the break. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard, it is the Ainsworth Bulldogs with a 30-16 lead over the Niobrara-Verdigre Cougars. Our Tri-County Bank halftime show is next.
Your Zematic by Lindsay dealer offers replacement parts for any brand of pivot, installation and training, superior service when you need it.
Your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer is Ainsworth Electric Motor, located just 1 mile east of Ainsworth on Highway 20. Call 387-1071.
Get your game on at Palmer Embroidery and Boutique. You can get your Bulldog gear here. Not just for students, we have all fans covered, including parents and grandparents. Bulldog Pride, it's kind of a really big deal at your locally owned hometown boutique on Main Street in Ainsworth.
This is Dane Sears, Ag Loan Officer with Homestead Bank. The Ag bankers at Homestead Bank understand the risks and rewards of farming and ranching. We can help you look ahead and plan for a season of success. Stop in or call to visit with one of our experienced bankers today to start your journey. Homestead Bank, member FDIC.
Get your smile on. At Ainsworth Family Dental, Dr. Mackenzie Owen and dental hygienist Lene Hansmeyer, along with their friendly staff, always strive for one common goal, to help their patients achieve and maintain a beautiful, healthy smile.
Oh, we welcome you back here to McAndrew Gymnasium on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, high school basketball, Niobrara Valley Conference regular season matchup between Niobrara-Verdigre and Ainsworth. Bulldogs lead our boys varsity game at halftime, 30-16. These two teams will square off again tomorrow in the opening round, the 8-9 matchup of the NVC tournament. Boy, what a game in Atkinson tonight. Westholt was up 49-47, went 1 for 6 at the free throw line in the last 23 seconds, and up one, they fouled a three-point attempt by Taylor Young with 0.3 of a second left. Young hit all 3 free throws, and the Eagles steal a win over the Huskies 50-49. Girls basketball. Earlier, it was North Central girls winning over Creighton 58-31. St. Mary's girls 66-30 over Stewart. And the Niobrara-Verdigre girls here in McAndrew Gymnasium defeated Ainsworth 69-37. Here it's 30-16 Bulldogs at the half. Ainsworth outscored Niobrara-Verdigre 20-8 in the first. Cougars came back with the first 6 points of the second to cut it down to a 6-point game, but the Bulldogs a 10-2 run to close out the half, and they lead it by 14 at 30-16, outscoring the Cougars 10-8 in the second. It is our Tri-County Bank halftime show. Running an ag business is hard work. At the Tri-County Bank, they're here to lend a hand with local financing customized to your needs. Your operation can continue to succeed. Work with a team of ag lenders who have deep roots in their communities, because at the Tri-County Bank, they're not just your lenders, they're your neighbors. Stop by one of their branches in Stewart, Atkinson, Bassett, or O'Neill. Visit tcb.com. Tri-County Bank is member FDIC. Well, we'll take a break, come back, go through our first half statistics, get our keys to the second half in this 30-16 lead for Ainsworth over Niobrara-Verdigre.
Locally owned and operated since 1953. Nelson Furniture, Main Street in Valentine, where more than the price is right. You'll find a great selection, personal service, and all the elements that make your house a home. Delivery available and financing available to qualified buyers at Nelson Furniture, Valentine. Todd Flynn Law Office, PC LLO in Ainsworth, 382-3420. When you need legal assistance, whether for personal, business, or farm and ranch concerns, call Todd Flynn Law Office, PC LLO at 402-382-3420 in Ainsworth.
A plumber who shows up in a flash? Call on Lidle Plumbing. From annoying drips to new construction, septic tank install to emergency calls. You just want someone experienced, reliable, and honest. John Davis and his crew show up. Call 402-760-0450.
We welcome you back here to McAndrew Gymnasium on KBRB. 30-16 is our score at the half. Ainsworth leading Niobrara-Verdigre. Let's take a look at the first half stats for both teams. Both teams struggled at times turning the ball over. They each had 10 in the first half. Bulldogs +2 on the glass, 20-18, but a lot of rebounds in that second quarter offensively for Niobrara-Verdigre. Not a lot of free throws in that first half, not many fouls Ainsworth 1 for 2 at the line, and Niobrara-Verdigre 0 for 2. Scoring-wise for the Cougars, Edward Drobny was 6, 4 for Parker Frank, 4 for Danny Pease, and a bucket for Julius Brandt. It was 7 rebounds for Cash Nielsen in the first half, 5 boards for Danny Pease, 3 for Edward Drobny, and 1 each for Gage Vesely, Sky Denny, and Parker Frank. I had Danny Pease with 2 assists, 1 for Julius Brandt, 1 for Cash Nielsen, and had Cash Nielsen with the lone block for the Cougars. Only one player the entire game with more than 1 foul. Danny Pease has 2 for Niobrara-Verdigre. For Ainsworth, the 2 seniors lead the way. A dozen for Chris Fernandez, all on 2-point field goals, and a dozen for Witten Painter, all on 3-point field goals. He hit 4 of the Bulldogs' 5 3-pointers in that first half. The other one coming from Jackson Rucker, who has 5, and 1 point for Zane Evans. Rebounding-wise, Rucker leads all players with 8. It's 3 apiece for Zane Evans and Jacob Ortner. 2 boards for Chris Fernandez, 2 for Graham Deuster, and 2 for Witten Painter. 3 assists for Chris Fernandez in that first half, 2 for Witten Painter, 1 each for Graham Deuster and Jackson Rucker. And Painter had the lone block in the half for the Bulldogs. Nobody in any kind of foul trouble for Ainsworth, Rucker, and Evans, each with just 1. That's a look at your first half statistics. Painter and Fernandez with 12 each to lead the Bulldogs. Take a look at your keys to the second half, brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. Great lineup of the best-selling truck in America, the Ford F-Series, on the lot right now at Ainsworth Motors. Check those out. They've got 2 rows of F-Series pickups to choose from, along with some other great vehicles on the lot. And, of course, they can do brand new and Ford vehicles, whether it's an F-Series pickup, whether it's a Bronco, an Explorer, an Expedition. Check them out at Ainsworth Motors. Financing and incentive options available to qualified buyers, and the great service department and body shop as well. Come out to Ainsworth Motors and you'll see why. The difference is the dealer. Keys to the second half for the Ainsworth Bulldogs. They're getting caught too far underneath the hoop. They've got to box out and back up the Cougars a little bit so those rebounds don't go over their heads, as they did on a lot of those Cougar offensive rebounds in the first half. Ainsworth just getting pushed too far under the basket. For the Bulldogs offensively, want to see them against the zone. Try to work the ball into that high post. Good things typically happen when the ball goes into the high post. We've seen 3 different Bulldogs in that spot in the first half. The sophomores, Ortner, Deuster, and Rucker, have all spent a little time in the high post, but that's typically where they can break down that zone defense and get good looks from the wings on the outside or cutters to the hoop. For the Cougars, need to take care of the basketball. Bulldogs have forced some turnovers that led to some run-out buckets. And if you're Niobrara-Verdigre, got to be able to find those Bulldog drivers and get them stopped as they've been taking the ball to the hoop. Fernandez has done a nice job cutting and then pulling up for mid-range jumpers when he gets his defender on his heels. So for the Cougars, got to stay disciplined defensively, keep Ainsworth from being able to penetrate, and try to bother those wing 3-point shots. Those are keys to the second half, brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. 30-16 Bulldogs. Score update from Bassett, where North Central is taking on Creighton. Tight game. Creighton leads late in the first half, 21-19. Again, the O'Neill girls, 3 free throws with less than a second to go to steal a 1-point win over the West Holt girls, 50-49. We'll come back with our second half of basketball from McAndrew Gymnasium after this. That's your Tri-County Bank halftime show. Bulldogs by 14.
Jones Salvage of Ainsworth, proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics, has new steel and windbreak steel available, tractors and vehicles, and pays competitive prices for scrap iron, vehicles, and farm machinery. Call Tom at 402-382-8004 or Willie at 402-382-8784. Grain movement and marketing. For independent grain marketing, contact Pride Grain, located on Highway 20 between Long Pine and Bassett. They have a variety of marketing tools available to meet your individual marketing plan. Visit with Brad Wilkins at Pride Grain. They're proud to be a supporter of local athletics.
Well, these two teams will go right back at it tomorrow in Stewart in the 8-9 matchup of the Niobrara Valley Conference Tournament. Cougars Actually, the 8 seed at 0-15. Bulldogs at 3-14 are the 9 seed. Winner will get top seed Elgin Public Pope John. It'll be Bulldog basketball to start the second 16 minutes in their home whites with the red numbers and letters and the black and red stripe working from right to left, from north to south against the Cougars zone. In the right corner to Evans. Zane, guarded by Nielsen, gets it to Painter. Up top to Rucker, around to Fernandez. Chris drives in, pull up 15-footer, back rim, and the board taken down by Danny Pease. Cougars get a stop to start the second half. Nielsen on a drive, out it goes to Denny for 3. Sky Denny on the assist by Danny Pease, and it's a 30-19 game. Cougars get a stop and a triple. And Fernandez has it knocked away from him and out of bounds by Cash Nielsen. It will stay with Ainsworth. So the Bulldog lead is 11. Ainsworth gets it into Rucker near the volleyball spike line, around to Evans against the zone. Zane to Rucker, around to Painter. 3 on the right wing for Witten. Way off the glass, misses the rim. Rebound down to Danny Pease, his 7th. Here comes Nielsen with the basketball against the Bulldog zone. High post to Drobny. Working on Deuster. Into the baseline it goes to Parker Frank. Now to Denny, who just hit the 3. Frank drives, gets past Rucker, and puts the shot up and in on the baseline. Rucker bid on the pump fake from Frank. He took it in and scored from 10. Drive by Evans. He gets caught in the baseline and travels. So just like that, the Cougars on a little 5-0 spurt, back within 9. Cougars had a good start to the second quarter as well. And we're going to get, what do we have, a timeout taken? Yeah, nobody knew it really. Half the players were still on the floor, so we've got a timeout taken. Looks like, I'm sure, by Ainsworth, as they are now up by just 9.
Stop in and see Mike Schrod, your State Farm insurance agent on Main Street in Ainsworth for all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs. That's State Farm Insurance on Main Street in Ainsworth. Good service at a good price. See Mike Schrod, your State Farm insurance agent in Ainsworth.
Before you head out to your next destination, fuel up at Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth. And while in, make sure to fuel your body up with select sandwiches, snacks, candies, and beverages. They also have gift cards, too. Yogi's Place, Highway 20 in Ainsworth, is open Monday through Saturday.
It is a 30-21 lead for Niobrara-Verdigre, and it's make it 30-21 lead for the Ainsworth Bulldogs. Cougars with a 5-0 start to the third quarter, and Niobrara-Verdigre with the basketball. Fernandez guarding Frank tightly, gets it off to Nielsen. Here is Nielsen, high post to Drobny. Gets shut off, out it goes to Denny. 3, nearly banked it in. They fight for the rebound. Rucker ties it up with Pease. And possession arrow will keep it with the Cougars. So Ainsworth can't secure the defensive board. And Niobrara-Verdigre gets it back. Into the corner to Frank, guarded tightly by Evans. Turns the corner and he's fouled. That'll go against Zane, and 2 free throws for Parker Frank. Frank with 6 points. That's the second foul on Evans, and Frank will be at the line trying to add to that total as the Cougars a 5-0 run to start the second half, and they can continue to chip away. Free throw for Frank is up and rattles in. Parker now with 7. And we have a score update. The St. Mary's boys lead Stewart 18-5 after 1. Defending D2 champions. Second free throw is good for Parker Frank. And it's a 7-0 start, and the lead has been cut in half. Fernandez pass, dangerous, picked off by Nielsen, ahead to Denny. Wraps it around to Frank, shot won't go, rebound tipped around, Frank has it. To Denny, baseline jumper, no. Rebound tipped into the hands of Chris Fernandez. And now Chris is hit and fouled. That foul on Parker Frank, his first. Rucker on the right wing. Gets it to Deuster in the corner. Now to Painter. Bulldog offense looks a little discombobulated. Deuster to Zane Evans. Zane in the right corner has it poked away from him and out of bounds. 16 on the shot clock. Halftime score, now Creighton leads North Central 29-19 at the break. Knights led that one 7-5 after one. Skip pass to Rucker on the left wing. Ball reversal back to Fernandez, now to Painter. Painter to Chris, fakes the three, drives in, 16-footer, won't go, rebound, tipped around, and Parker Frank comes down with it. Another stop for the Cougars. Niobrara-Verdigre the other way. They're on a 7-0 run as Nielsen's pass is wide of Dromny and out of bounds. Ortner in for Ainsworth. Out will go Deuster. 30-23. Bulldogs led by 14 at halftime. They've been scoreless here for the first 2.5 minutes of the third. And now a little pressure from Niobrara-Verdigre. Rucker in the backcourt gets it to Evans. 3 seconds to get it across. Just does so to Painter. Witten, the extended defense of Niobrara-Verdigre. Right corner to Fernandez. His pass knocked away, stolen by Frank, and a foul on Painter. Boy, Bulldogs are out of sorts here to start the second half. We've got a 7-point game. Bulldogs led 30-16 at the break. It's now 30-23. Ainsworth scoreless to start the third quarter. And the Cougars with the ball. Here comes Denny. Loses it off his leg, gets it back. He gets it off to Frank. Pull up baseline jumper, won't go. Rebound down to Fernandez. Here comes Painter the other way. Witten out to Rucker near the spike line. Around to Fernandez, left corner. Evans for three. That one won't go. Painter after the weak side rebound. Witten is fouled. Good board on the weak side there for Painter. See if they call it on the floor or on the shot. It'll be on the floor. The foul against Edward Drobny, his second. Painter out, Bear Ray back in. Here comes Jet Denny for Niobrara-Verdigre as Sky sits. Left corner to Evans, tries to throw it inside. It's picked off by Cash Nielsen. Back come the Cougars. Parker Frank, pull-up jumper won't go. Rebound tipped outside. Going to be chased down by Chris Fernandez. Chris dumps it down low. Nice find for Rucker for the two. Beautiful feed from Chris Fernandez. Rucker gets the Bulldogs on the board here in the second half. It took almost 4 minutes to do so. Great find from Fernandez. Nielsen jumper in the lane will go. Cash has his first bucket to go along with 7 boards. Into the middle, Bulldogs. Rucker brings it ahead, gets it to Ray on the left wing. Back to Rucker, top of the key, 7-point game, 32-25. Fernandez turns the corner, out to Rucker. Guarded by Denny. His pass to Evans. Out to Fernandez. 3 in the right corner for Chris. Around and out. Evans on the offensive glass. Has it blocked out of bounds by Drobny. It will stay with Ainsworth. Bates and Raymond returns for the Bulldogs. Out will go Evans. Out go Frank and Drobny for Niobrara-Verdigre as Pease and Brandt come back in. Catch and shoot threes off the side of the backboard for Bear Ray on the inbound, but there's a steal by Bates and Raymond the other way, and then he's pushed and fouled. .337 to play in the third, a 7-point game. The foul, the second on Julius Brandt. Here comes Fernandez across the timeline as they continue to extend that zone defense. Rucker into the corner to Ray. Bear trapped, gets it out to Fernandez. Bulldogs just not moving the ball crisply. Into the right corner to Rucker, to Fernandez, top of the key, now to Ray. Bulldogs not getting anything in the post. There's a knockaway by Pease, just 13 on the shot clock. Bulldogs just spending the entire possession, passing it around the perimeter, getting nothing going to the hoop. Rucker fakes the three on the wing, gets it to Fernandez. Bulldogs will have to do something. Pull-up jumper for Chris, banks it home on a tough shot. Fernandez has his first bucket of the second half. He has 14. The lead back to 9. Just the second bucket of the quarter for Ainsworth. Nielsen, tough shot, banks it in over Rucker. That was a tough shot, fading sideways, and Cash Nielsen knocks it down. 7-point game. Rucker to Fernandez. Bulldogs have numbers. Nice find down low for Ortner for the finish. Beautiful pass again. Chris Fernandez, his 5th assist. 36-27. High post to Nielsen. Shot up from 14, front rim, rebound to Bear Ray. Here comes Chris. Fernandez against the zone, feeds it to Rucker on the wing. Rucker turns the corner, gets it to Ortner. Ortner trying to turn into the paint, now double teamed, has it knocked away, saved by Rucker. His pass batted and stolen by Brandt. They throw it ahead to Denny. His shot blocked by Ortner, and Jacob comes down with the rebound. Comes Fernandez the other way with the ball. Has it. Basketball. Painter on the right wing to Fernandez in the corner. Out top to Ray. Back to Chris. Bulldogs basically have 5-out offense against the zone. Ray to Fernandez with 25 on the shot clock. Skip pass to Painter. 3 on the left wing. Witten's got a West Plains Bank 3. His 5th of the game on the 6th assist for Chris Fernandez. And Ainsworth has built the lead back to 12. Nielsen on the drive. Puts up the shot and scores again. Tough shot, Cash Nielsen. He has 3 buckets in the third quarter after a scoreless first half. 10-point game. Bates and Raymond in on the baseline. They swing it around. Here's Fernandez, top of the key. Out to Painter, same spot. Another 3, no. Weak side rebound. Raymond saves it inbounds for Painter. Out to Fernandez. Shot clock did not reset as the Painter 3 did not touch the rim. So the Bulldogs with just 10 to shoot. Raymond, high post into Ortner. His shot too strong. And the rebound, though, out to Bear Ray. Kicks it to Painter. Another 3. A West Plains Bank 3 for Witten. Painter on the offensive rebound and assist for Bear Ray. And the three-point shooting gets the Bulldogs back to a 13-point advantage, 42-29. Knock away by Raymond, saved by Drobny. He tries to turn the corner. Gets it out to Gage Vesley. The baseline now to Denny. This is Jet. Jet and Sky, the freshman Denny's. Nielsen, 18-footer off the glass, won't go. They tip the rebound around. Drobny comes down with it. Now it's stolen away by Bates and Raymond. Bulldogs can hold for the final shot, leading by 13. They've answered after the Cougars cut the 14-point halftime deficit in half, and there's a foul on Julius Brandt. Just the 4th foul on Niobrara-Verdigre, as back in return Frank, Sky Denny, and Pease. Drobny and Nielsen will stay out there. 42-29 with 8 seconds left. Fernandez on the drive. Nice dump down for Ortner, and he's fouled on the shot. Another pretty pass for Chris Fernandez. And it will put Jacob Ortner at the line for free throws with 4.2 seconds to play in the third. The foul, the first, on Cash Nielsen. Ortner, 2 points. They came in this quarter. Jacob free throw is off the front iron. Deuster returns for Ainsworth. He'll replace Painter. Evans in for Fernandez. They'll give the 2 seniors just a little extended break here in the final 4 seconds of the third quarter before they'll be right back out there to start the fourth. Second free throw grazes the front rim. Offensive rebound for Bates and Raymond, and he's fouled on the shot, and Bateson will go to the line. This one, I believe, again is on Nielsen, so 2 quick ones on Cash. And with 1.6 seconds left in a 13-point game, Bates and Raymond to the free throw line. First shot for the sophomore, back rim and through the hoop on a high bounce. First point for Bateson, 43-29. The Bulldogs have rebuilt that 14-point halftime lead that was cut in half to start the third quarter. Second free throw for Raymond is too strong. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs with just 0.3 of a second. Just time for basically a tip in at 0.3. Won't have time to catch the basketball. So Raymond throws it in, and it's knocked free. That'll take us to the fourth quarter. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard with 8 minutes to go here from McAndrew Gymnasium. It is the Ainsworth Bulldogs with a 14-point lead over the Niobrara-Verdigre Cougars on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard, 43-29.
Go ahead and improve with Tim's Construction of Ainsworth. Additions, kitchens, bathrooms, roofing, drywall, window replacement, siding, Even custom-built homes start to finish. Call Tim's Construction of Ainsworth for a free, no-obligation quote at 402-760-0162.
No overpriced lawn services? No headache. Call on Stack Lawn Care in Ainsworth. Grant Stack offers underground sprinkler systems, landscaping services, mowing, dethatching, seasonal cleanup, and more. Call or text 402-760-1808. Book a stay at Ainsworth's award-winning Roadway Inn, offering a wide range of amenities and perks, including a delicious breakfast to get your day started off on the right foot, pool, cozy, clean rooms, and so much more. Book online or call 402-387-1050.
43-29, Ainsworth, a 14-point advantage. Bulldogs led by 14 at the half. Niobrara-Verdigre scored the first 7 points of the third, but Ainsworth rallied with a 13-6 run to close out the quarter and build back the 14-point advantage as we hit the final 8 minutes here from McAndrew Gymnasium. Round one, as the teams will rematch tomorrow in the opening round of the Niobrara Valley Conference Tournament. Bulldogs have the 5 starters out there. Here is Evans into the hands of Rucker, fakes the 3. Nice pass down to Fernandez, shot up and in. Nice backdoor cut by Fernandez. Rucker found him with his 3rd assist. And Fernandez now with 16 for the Bulldogs. Painter with 18 to lead the way on 6 threes. 3 for Nielsen won't go, but the long rebound to Danny Pease, his 8th. And a foul on the putback. And looks like it will be Pease at the line. The foul will go on Graham Deuster. Bulldogs have given up a lot of offensive rebounds in this game, and it's because the ball is getting over their head. They're in too far. Under the hoop as the free throw rolls in for Pease. Hits the front rim, the back rim, everything else in between. He gets it to fall. 45-30. Second free throw is good. Pease knocks in a pair. Danny has 6. Painter's pass picked off by Pease and a lay-in. Boy, those have bitten Ainsworth at times. Rucker back to Painter. In the backcourt working against Denny. Witten brings it up the timeline. The Bulldog lead is 12. 4-point possession there for Niobrara-Verdigre basically. Evans kicks it off to Fernandez. Chris, nice dump down to Rucker for the lay-in. Chris Fernandez, 7 assists. Rucker has 9, and it's a 47-33 lead. Chris has made some pretty passes in this ball game. There's a knockaway and a steal by Zane Evans. The defense from Evans comes through again, and Painter tracks down the loose pass. The Bulldog lead back to 14, and now we've got a whistle and a foul. I think we had a hold call. We're going to have a conversation with the couple of players, Nielsen and Evans. Boy, there's some Niobrara fans that are not happy. You can hear them through the headset yelling at the officials. So what are we going to have? Is it a double foul? I'm not sure what we've got. Coach Krause asking for an explanation. They think Zane Evans might have given a shot to one of the Cougars. Coach Krause not happy. The official says, I didn't see it. As Fernandez loses it, and he is going to give up the turnover. And there's a foul the other way. Well, Chris didn't want to touch the basketball. Would have been an over and back. He was waiting for Parker Frank to try to grab it, and then he tried to tie it up. But instead, it'll be free throws for Frank as he snagged it. And the foul goes on Graham Deuster. So after all is said and done with 6:26 to go, it's free throws for Frank in a 14-point game, 47-33. Ainsworth in round one. The teams will play again tomorrow. Frank in and out on the free throw. He made 2 a moment ago. Halftime score, St. Mary's leads Stewart 43-20 at the break. So out will go Evans to calm things down. Deuster out as well as Ortner and Raymond back in. Second free throw won't go, but another long rebound over the head of the Bulldogs into the hands of Drobny. Frank for 3, buries it on the assist from Sky Denny. Parker Frank has 11 in the game, and it comes off an offensive rebound. Timeout taken by the Cougars, 47-36, 6:16 to go on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. Bulldogs up by 11.
Local news personalized with pictures. The Ainsworth Star-Journal, serving the community for more than 140 years. To subscribe or for assistance in promoting your business, contact the Ainsworth Star-Journal at 387-2844.
Join those who have not only found relief from pain, but a pathway to wellness with Finish Line Chiropractic. They're proud to offer soft leg tissue regeneration at the O'Neill office and in Bassett at the Rock County Hospital on Tuesdays. For appointments, go to finishlinehealth.com.
Score updates, O'Neill St. Mary's leading Stewart halftime of the boys game, 43-20. O'Neill, after one quarter, leads the West Holt boys, 19-8. And last check in the third quarter, Creighton up 9 on North Central. Middle of the third there. Painter gets it past Denny into the front court, out to Rucker. Rucker drives, bounces it down for Ortner. Ortner double team, puts it up, and he's fouled. Nice drive and dish by Rucker. It will earn free throws for Jacob Ortner. Ortner 0 for 2 at the line thus far. The foul on the Cougars is the third on Cash Nielsen. So Julius Brandt and Cash Nielsen with 3 each. Free throw for Ortner. This one is good. Jacob with 3. Out will go Bates and Raymond. Back in Chris Fernandez after a quick breather. Evans also back in for the Bulldogs. So it's the starting 5 back out there minus Deuster as Ortner knocks in the second free throw. It's a 13-point game, 49-36. Frank into the corner. It goes to Pease. Guarded by Ortner. Frank up top to Denny. Long 2. That one won't go for Sky. Rebound, though, down to Parker Frank. That one won't go, and Painter down with the board. And he is fouled. That one on Danny Pease is his third. 5:43 to go in the game. Bulldogs lead by a baker's dozen, 49-36. Full court pressure from Niobrara-Verdigre. Bulldogs get it into Fernandez and will clear it out for Chris, working against the freshman Parker Frank, who's had a nice game. Chris drives past Frank all the way to the hoop. Can't get the shot to go, and a foul on the rebound will go against Ortner, I believe. Who are they going to call it on? If it's on Niobrara, they're going to go nuts, but it's not. It is on Ortner. That'll be his first. Third foul on the Bulldogs. Sub in for the Cougars as Julius Brandt will come in. Out goes Danny Pease. 49-36. Bulldogs lead by 13. Teams play tomorrow night at 7:30 in Stewart in the opening round of the NVC tournament. There's a knockaway by Evans and a steal by Fernandez. Great play again by Zane defensively. Fernandez out to Painter. Witten on the drive, double team, kicks it out to Chris. Pull in, 16-footer, front rim, no. Rebound stolen away. It's Zane Evans, and he's fouled. No, a block. Offensive rebound to Rucker. He can't get the shot to go, and Brandt with it. There's a knockaway by Fernandez and a steal. A lot happening here, folks. The ball knocked away and out of bounds by the Cougars. It will stay with Ainsworth. 5 minutes to go. Evans will inbound in front of the Bulldog cheerleaders. Gets it on an outlet to Painter. Now to Fernandez. Again, nobody in the paint at all against the zone. They get it to Ortner, high post. Fernandez around to Painter, 3 on the right wing. That one won't go for Witten. Rebound down to Ortner. Gets it to Fernandez. His shot won't go. Rebound down to Rucker. Saved by Ortner. His shot, no. Rebound tipped into the hands of Parker Frank. 49-36. There's a steal by Painter on the wing pass. Witten takes it in, misses the layup. Offensive rebound. Evans is fouled on the putback. Painter couldn't get the layup to go, but Evans was there to follow it, and he'll earn free throws. The foul on Sky Denny, his second. 49-36. We've had a lot of action with no points here in the last minute or so. 2 free throws for Zane Evans. 1 for 2 in the first half at the line. His only point thus far. The sophomore's free throw banked home. I think he looks around at his teammates and said, yeah, I meant to do that. So the banked-in free throw. Creighton, a 33-24 lead over North Central after 3 quarters of boys play in Bassett. Second free throw too strong for Evans, and the rebound comes into the hands of Edward Drobny. Bulldogs are 5 for 10 at the free throw line. Drive by Drobny. Takes it inside. Can't get it to go over Rucker. Offensive rebound. Put back, no. Put back again, no. And 2 offensive rebounds for Julius Brandt. Out it goes to Parker Frank for a deep 3. No. Rebound out of bounds to the Bulldogs. Ainsworth is not getting the defensive rebounds cleared. Coach Jake Nelson wants a timeout. I'm sure he's going to talk about the offensive boards the Bulldogs are giving up here in the second half. 4:01 to go. It's a 14-point lead right where we were at the half and at the end of 3. 50-36 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard.
Buckley Steel of Ainsworth, Grain System Construction, Millwright Services, dryer repair and support, crane and bucket truck services, and design planning. Consulting from the respected leader in the ag industry, Buckley Steel, 387-0347.
Rural health care from Rural Roots. Better health care for your family from clinical, obstetrical, emergency room to home care. Greater Sand Hills Family Health Care with convenient locations in Bassett, Stewart, and Atkinson.
Ainsworth Auto Parts is now Auto Value, located along Richardson Drive, right along East City Park. They offer oil, fluids, wax and paint, accessories, tools and shop supplies, as well as ag and heavy-duty parts. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts. Ainsworth Auto Parts, your Auto Value parts store.
4:01 to play in the first of 2 consecutive games between these teams. The Ainsworth Bulldogs lead Niobrara-Verdigre 50-36. 18 points for Witten Painter, 16 for Chris Fernandez, 9 for Jackson Rucker, leading the way for Ainsworth. And it's an 11-point game for Parker Frank, the leading scorer for Niobrara-Verdigre. Danny Pease with 8. Painter brings it ahead on Frank, gets it to Ortner on the deep left wing. Looking for a cutter down low. Evans, he's crashed and fouled, and Evans will go right back to the free throw line, and that's the 4th on Cash Nielsen. Nielsen's had a nice game, but he just picked up his 4th personal foul. And Zane Evans back to the free throw line. So the Bulldogs, after attempting only 2 free throws in the first half, this will be free throws number 9 and 10 of the second half. Bulldogs, though, just 5 for 10 thus far. 4th foul on Nielsen. Free throw for Zane Evans off the front rim. Zane now 2 for 5 at the line in a 14-point game. Second free throw for Zane. This one is up and good. So Zane's went 1 of 2 on all 3 trips to the line. 51-36. Parker Frank guarded by Fernandez. There's a steal by Ortner. Ahead to Evans. Zane loses the handle on it. Saved by Ortner. And he's going to travel with it. So the teams will trade turnovers. And Niobrara-Verdigre will get it back. 51-36. Nielsen stays on the floor with his 4 fouls. Gets it to Parker Frank. Dribbles through traffic. Puts up a tough runner. No. Rebound down to Rucker. His 11th. Rucker a point away from a double-double. Painter brings it ahead. Witten 6 threes in the game. Into the corner to Evans. Zane fakes inside. Now to Fernandez. Chris. Mid-range. Kicks it out to Evans. Zane tries to turn the corner, looks for Ortner, who has a hard time catching it. Knocked away from him again. He throws it in the corner to Evans. Out to Painter. Witten on the drive, gets trapped. Gets it off to Fernandez. 4 to shoot. Evans will take a 3. No, offensive rebound. Put back, beats the buzzer. Rucker with the offensive rebound. Put it back just to beat the shot clock as the shot did not hit the rim from Evans. 53-36, the lead 17. Nielsen up and under, can't get it to go, gets it back. That won't go. Rebound tipped around, and Fernandez has it, and he's fouled. That will put the Bulldogs, I believe, in the bonus, and that's going to foul out Cash Nielsen. And Cash is upset. Coach Kraus calming him down. Cash will foul out with 2:31 to go. 6 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, and 2 blocks. As into the game comes Nada Suda for the first time, a 6'1 senior. And it is the 15th foul, so it'll put Chris Fernandez at the line. He has yet to attempt a free throw. Chris, 16 points in the game. Lead is up to 17 now for the Bulldogs, and this one spins out. Tomorrow they'll play at Stewart. 7:30. We'll run this one back, but that's a big game tomorrow as the winner will get 3 more games next week, guaranteed. The loser will get none after tomorrow in the conference tournament. Chris makes the second, the lead the largest at 18 now for the Bulldogs. Parker Frank into the hands of Brandt. Shut off by Rucker in the lane. Pass stolen away by Painter. Bulldogs force the turnover. Here comes Fernandez the other way. Rucker as Brandt falls down, and Brandt looks like he's in some pain. Fernandez, pull up 15-footer is good on the assist by Witten Painter. Chris has a big game, 19 for him. 56-36, and Brandt is definitely, they're going to stop the game to let Julius come out as he definitely twisted an ankle or a knee or something, but he is in some obvious discomfort. The Niobrara fans have been barking at the officials all game. And now Coach Kraus talking about something with one of the officials. The officials done a nice job just kind of wearing it from the Niobrara-Verdigre crowd. When you can hear it through the headsets, you know it's pretty loud. So not sure what's being said. Here's Frank, into the corner it goes. Losing the ball is Leon Kaufman, who's just in. There's a steal by Evans. Takes it in, lays it home. Zane with the steal and layup, and that gives the Bulldogs their largest lead, 58-36. In the final 2 minutes, there's another steal by Evans. Zane the other direction, gets it out to Painter. Bulldogs can work on the clock a bit, up 22, and they're going to get a victory to snap a 5-game skid. Rucker up top to Evans, now to Painter. Back to Rucker. Into the hands of Witten. Inside it goes Fernandez. Layup is good. Nice pass from Witten Painter, his 4th assist. 60-36, Bulldogs. High post it goes. Inside. Shot is up short. Rebound to Rucker, his 13th on the shot by Suda. Here comes Fernandez. Gives it to Painter. Ainsworth will hold the ball. Run some clock in a 60-36 game. No time to rest. They'll play tomorrow again in Stewart. If the Bulldogs can win that one for the rematch, then they'll be in Santee on Saturday against EPPJ. Be 3 games in 3 days if the Bulldogs can win tomorrow. Pull-up jumper is good for Chris Fernandez to punctuate a stellar night for the senior. He's got 23. Here come the Cougars in the final seconds on the baseline. Here's a 3 for Jet Denny. That one won't go. Offensive rebound to Hoferer. His shot no, and the rebound down to Witten Painter. And that will close this one out as the Bulldogs pull away in the 4th quarter for the 62-36 victory. Ainsworth outscored Niobrara-Verdigre 19-7 in the 4th. As Ainsworth picks up win number 4, sending Niobrara-Verdigre to 0-16. The teams will run it back tomorrow from Stewart. We'll come back with our Tri-County Bank into the game summary and our post-game show after this.
Healthy cattle are the foundation of a healthy food supply. Consistent growth has allowed Bijan Feedlot to build trust with their customers, providing them with the ease of knowing their cattle are in great hands. Let Bijan Feedlot of Ainsworth guide you in your cattle feeding and agricultural endeavors.
Ainsworth Vision Clinic, Dr. Kathy Heinrich, serves this area with complete professional eye care. Vision care is available now from 8 a.m. to noon and 1 to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday with Dr. Kathy Heinrich at Ainsworth Vision Clinic. Call 402-387-1531.